Hey, what's going on, everybody? Top of the midday, some would say, or afternoon or whatever, but it's cold out here, irregardless. So, I wanted to give you guys a little update or whatever, what's going on. I'm in a little location because I had to make sure I could dip and dive today because the past 2 days it's been extremely freaking cold, especially yesterday. And I told you guys from the beginning of this, I remember it was still warm a little bit, that it was going to get cold, and it did. Well, unfortunately, yesterday was one of the first days. It was only about 32 degrees yesterday. And in the morning, it was about 22 degrees. That's the thermostat right there. Not to mention it was freezing cold in the place where we stay at. So let me break down to y'all what's going on. So there's an urgency, like I told y'all before, at that shelter to get people out of there. How you doing, Patrice? There's an urgency to get people out of that shelter. And hey, what's going on, Tina? And we just got it confirmed yesterday. So I'm going to tell y'all what happened yesterday real quick, and then I'm going to go on into more, a little bit of detail. Hey, Roxanne. So yesterday, I took about an extra, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. There's another guy there. He takes a couple minutes in the morning or whatever because he's one of the second people now that works at night. So he's the second person that got a job. I want to give him a shout out to him, but he has a car, which is much different than most of everybody else in there. Him and one other guy have a car. What's going on, Veronica? Shamika, what's going on, sister? So yesterday, I guess we got our first a dish of what things were really like and how people really were. So the coordinator, I guess she had gotten a little upset because I took a little 10 minutes, extra 15 minutes. We're supposed to be out there by a certain time. So I took an extra little 10, 15 minutes to get dressed. I wasn't in a hurry to get into the freezing cold. I'm sorry. So she walks into the room, and as she's walking in, I already see her yelling. Well, I won't say yelling, but raising her voice, upset that this young man hasn't left yet. And then her attention turned to me. That goes for you too. Da, 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 da. So I had to stop her in her tracks, and maybe I should have done this, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I told her, I said, listen, it's freezing cold outside. And her whole demeanor just switched when I said that. But what made me more weirded out was the pure simple fact this is a lady that's a coordinator of this place. Now, if you guys don't understand, upstairs is where the guys stay. This is where me and approximately now, since two people were gone, 9 other guys stay. And then below, there's families and women. Now, the families and women are able to stay there all day long. I mean, they don't have to get up. They don't have to go nowhere. They don't even have to show proof that they're looking for a job. Nothing like the guys do. That's why I said this thing is separate here. The girls, I don't know their rate as far as getting out of the shelter and going to housing and things like that, so I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know. But what I do know is the men are treated differently. And that one provision right there just to go show you enough. Why is it that the guys can't stay up? Now, I'm going to add in the emphasis here. On Sunday, the guys are able to stay there all day long. Only on Sunday, the guys are able to stay there all day long. Why is that? Why only Sunday? Why only Sunday? Now, to be fair, they have set up this place that's called, I think it's called a warming center or something like that or whatever. Trust me, this is not the place you want to go to. Y'all going to ask me, y'all going to say, Davin, well, why didn't you go over there and check it out? Davin did go over there and check it out. When Davin went over there to check it out, I'm going to break down what's the difference here. All right, so at the one that I stay at, it's completely dry shelter. It means there's nobody there doing drugs. There's nobody there that's a hard alcoholic. There's nobody there that's an ex-crackhead. There's nobody there that any of these things that I just mentioned to you, none of those things are there. Therefore, they're not a reality. But at the other one, who's that? Hey, Annette, what's going on? Tina, it's close to 80 degrees in Vegas. I'm going to get on Vegas in a minute too, but I appreciate you. I know what you're going at. So it's a fast forward here. The problem the problem is that the guys are being treated this unconditionally unfair. Now, as far as the process, let me tell you about that. So if many of y'all remember, I told my particular counselor, hey, listen, from the get-go when I got there, I'm not staying here. Now, she knew that and I knew that. You know what I'm saying? And so she has forwarded me to the area that of preference that I would want to be at, which I'm not going to mention, to their services. It has been 3.5 weeks, and I know under the COVID-19 restrictions and everything like that, but still nobody has contacted me. She asked me herself if somebody contacted me. Now, once upon these people contact me, doesn't mean any difference. Oh, no. But it means this is even a further wait for another couple of weeks. You understand what I'm saying? And then after that, it'll probably be another wait for another couple of weeks. Now, if many of y'all don't know, I give these people $260 a month to stay there. $260 a month. I gave him $260 last month, gave him $260 this month. I did a video about it, showed my receipt, showed me going to the bank, everything's still chucking. It is now towards the end of the month. I'm damn near going broke. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of daily expenses I have. I saw somebody write in the comments, it was talking about, oh, what you doing? You taking the money and buying cigarettes? Let me tell you something. First of all, if I buy a pack of cigarettes, that pack of cigarettes will last me about 3 days. That's the first thing, all right? 2, in the stressed out environment that I'm in, why wouldn't you think I'd be smoking cigarettes when I could be doing a lot more worse? I could be smoking bud all day. I could be doing that. Ain't one time I got on this camera and been high, lit, drunk, or anything else. So let's get that out the way right now. I'm not addicted to nothing, okay? Nothing. If I was, I wouldn't be able to stay at that shelter. I would have to stay at a different one. Now, this is the funny thing. At that other shelter, like I was telling you guys before to get back into that, there's this thing called a warming center, right? And this warming center has people from the other shelter. Now, the other shelter is filled with drug addicts, crackheads. It's a wet shelter, meaning they can come in any way they want to. They want to come in drunk. They want to come in high. They want to come in however they want to. They can come in like that. And it's acceptable. And I get that. You can look at you and tell you don't have, no, I ain't got no damn addictions. About cigarettes about my only addiction. Thank you, Tina. So you're around those type of people, and I will be fair and say, hey, you can come in there, you can use the internet, but you can't relax. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you at this pinpoint, especially being men of color. Men of color have a thing where they like to challenge each other sometimes. Men in general do it, but I guess I've seen it with all races and men. Men just have this testosterone thing with them when they walk into the room, even if we do it subtly, with this, everything's a fucking challenge, you know? And so that's just how guys are, that's how we wired. I don't know why. I got to talk to Jesus when I get there. Maybe he'll have the answers. But for right now, here on earth, that's the way it is. So you're put in this environment where you're around all these people that, I mean, look at me, man. Come on. I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been pounded for the past couple months. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't trip. I don't get on here and cry or nothing like that. We are being put in a situation where we're going to have to pick and choose one. That's what they're telling the men over there. And yesterday, when she said, hey, Queenie, what's going on? Yesterday, when she said that statement that she said this to me after she had said what she said to him. She said, well, you know, we need the bed. She was talking to me. She said, you know, we need the bed. And this was a reference to, okay, so let me tell you. 2 days last month, and y'all remember, well, actually this month, I went to NY. I went to NY for 2 reasons. One, to get my jacket, because I needed a jacket, as y'all can see, because it's freezing out here. And out here, it's very expensive to buy clothes and stuff, versus in NY, where it's cheap to buy clothes. So I was going for 2 days. I needed a break. There's people over top of us and over top of us and over top of us, and every day is a new string of people coming in, because what happens is some of these guys, they just need a place for 1 night, 2 nights or whatever, and then they're gone. You know what I'm saying? So no, all isn't well. And so I don't know, for whatever reason or another, I was answering somebody. They said, hope all's well. Now, all ain't well, but appreciate you, though. I know you meant good intent. It's crazy because nobody's getting tested. That's for starters. But what she said to me was, basically, if you want to go out and you want to stay out, you're allowed to do it 3 times a month. Now, when you do leave, I guess now I'm understanding I need her permission, which is fine. But I asked her about this. And the way it was explained to me, I'm thinking, all right, I'm good. I can stay out. I don't have to, you know, I'm under the conditions, whatever. It's like with prisoners. It really is. It's a prison-based setup. You know what I mean? And so she tells me, yeah, well, you know, it'd probably be best for you to give them a call here and let them know you're not showing up, which I did. I did both nights. I stayed 1 night and I said, no, I need a little bit more rest. So I said another night. If y'all don't know, Most days I'm up, most mornings I'm up about 4:30 in the morning because of somebody moving around, walking around, whatever. I ain't crying, it's just what it is. Then after that, I'm up for the rest of the time until it's time for us where we have to leave. And so then I'm out from there another 7 to 8 hours. Then I return back there. And then I get to bed around about maybe 10:30, 11:30, sometimes 1, because everybody's moving around, or they playing TV, playing their phones. Everybody's got different personalities in there. So I'm just like, yo, you can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Then we got 3 or 4 dudes that snore real, real hard. So that keeps you up. One guy's sick, so I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to pant him too much, but he's always coughing and, stuff like that or whatever. But I empathize with him because he's sick and he's actually a nice guy. You know what I mean? The third thing is, there's a lot of people within our little shelter system or whatever you want to call it that have mental problems, mental issues, or anxieties, depressions, all kinds of stuff. Now, I didn't tell y'all this before, but I suffer from extreme anxiety and depression. I'm actually supposed to take medication for it, but I don't. That was determined by a psychiatrist, which they have the information for and everything else. That's why when that shooting happened, if y'all saw that video I put up I think it was maybe a week and a half ago or whatever, we had a triple shooting across the street from us. Like 3 people got shot. I went up there and I filmed it. I put it up. It's right. You just hit my emblem and then hit my videos. You'll see it up in there. Nobody came and asked us if everything was all right, how we felt, nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just acted like it didn't happen. And so it brought me to the conclusion, and I started saying to myself, yeah, okay, so I ain't lying, DC Freeman. It got to be hard to sleep there. It seems like it would be hard to let your guard down enough to rest. Exactly. Like you can't even really do that. There's like 2 or 3 dudes in there that I know, and the consistent dudes have been in there. But it's an interturning thing there. Now I'm gonna tell you why it's like that. The reason it's like that is because, okay, I had told you guys before, Connecticut doesn't have any guarantee for housing, which means that they don't have to house you anywhere, and they only have to accommodate you for 30 days legally. Then after that, everything you need after that is a continuance or a recommendation that you get another 30 days. You understand what I'm saying? Now, within that 30 days, you're at a mandate where they know, hey, if I want to kick him out next month, I can by just not accepting his money, or either calling the people and tell them I want him discharged. You know what I'm saying? Which has happened before. Now, the state has no liability in that matter because legislatively it's written like that. But I found something that they do have a cause for, and they better be worried about, and that's our mental well-being. Now, I want to suggest this to you guys. Connecticut legislate, for some reason or another, is not in the position right now, mostly because of COVID-19 and the way the government is continuously working right now at a snail's pace to really actually address these type of issues, but they're going to come up. And one of the main problems is right now, you got a whole bunch of people that have different mental issues or different anxieties, depressions, myself, all in the same area every day without any type of help, any type of assistance, any type of nothing. And it's getting bad, man. It's getting bad. It's getting to the point where people are itchy, people are tiresome, and things else or whatever. Today, for my own sanity today, I had to go all the way across town. I hopped on a bus and I came across town or whatever, because it was so cold outside. It's freezing outside. So I came and I hung out where I'm at right now because I could be inside. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the few places I can be inside. And then after that, I'm gonna have to pay another $2 to get on the bus and go back over that way, that side of town or whatever. This out of thinking and things, I said, yo, I gotta go somewhere because it's fucking, excuse my French, it's freezing out here. You know what I mean? And we can't be back there until late afternoon. So by the time I get ready to go back there, it's dark, if y'all can understand. So it's now 10 or 15 degrees colder. I need to get myself out of there for me. You know what I'm saying? And as it gets colder and colder, what's going to happen is it's going to be harder and harder and harder to troop this. It's going to be these days pretty soon where it's going to be 20, 30 degrees. And I ain't getting on here crying or nothing like that. I just know one thing for sure. Their interest is not to help me. Their interest is to fulfill the contracts of the state and have folks come in there, stay for whatever, get that state money they get for us for being bodies, just like the prisons do, and then get the get rid of us. You know what I'm saying? I saw them get rid of my man, and I think they're gonna try to do the same thing to me and my other man. You know what I'm saying? Because like she said to me, we need the beds. I asked her on Thanksgiving. I had a homie, and even if my homie don't come through, because he told me about he got things to do, something came up, so I respect that. But even so, you think I want to spend my Thanksgiving in a homeless shelter, man? Like, seriously? Like, really? Like, and the lady's like, well, I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can do something for you. Maybe you can do something for me. They ask me where I'm going, whatever. It's a prison. It really, really is, man. And it's like, it's crazy. I don't fault all them people at the place I stay at. I really don't. But I had to make some moves. So today I made some phone calls. And the phone calls I made were in interest of probably going public. Now, what I mean by public is this. If you're not familiar with the terminology, that's when you get major media involved. And luckily enough, through the travels I had and the people I know a lot of people in major media. A lot of them. Could they get me a job in a certain set field? Probably not. But one thing they can do is they can come to my aid when I need them, as they have before. Now, one particular interest that I have right now is getting this bill amended. Now, I'm going to tell you what I mean exactly by that. I got a friend named Ruben, and Ruben has a brother that's in the prison system in Connecticut. And him and several other people, well, actually a couple people, actually went up to the governor's mansion, which is in Hartford, Connecticut, protested, and got those prisoners released. Yes, he did. This is one black and Latino guy that got this done. You can look it up. It's on WTNH News in Connecticut. You can look it up. Look up people protest for prisoners in front of Governor Lamont's office. And that guy that you see on there, his name is Ruben. He's an old friend of mine. Yeah. So based off that, I kind of piggybacked off of it. I ain't go to front. And I started getting in touch with the governor's office early on. In fact, I'll give y'all guys this. When you try to get into the homeless shelter system, what happens is they make you call this 211 number. And when you call the 211 number, they ask you a litany of questions, and then they tell you, because of the availability is small right now, because they have more homeless than they have shelters to put them at, or residencies to put them at. What they'll tell you is, well, we don't have anything available in that area, so what we're going to do is we're going to put you on a waiting list. Now, when I called 211, I was actually in Connecticut, and I doubled back to New York because they had told me the same thing. So I went back to New York, and someone told me, and said, you know what, call HUD, call the Department of Housing, and call the governor's office. So when I called the Department of Housing, I asked them for the number to the governor's office, and I explained to him who I was, what my background was, how I knew people, and automatically he wanted to talk to me. This will now make the 4th time that I've talked to the governor's office. If you don't believe me, call up there and ask any of them if they talked to Davin Lewis. Okay, and I didn't talk to no small person. I talked to the person I needed to talk to outside of the governor. You know what I mean? So this is no small fry here. Now, I'm pretty sure now that things are moved up and I've got all these views and all that crap, I was made aware this maybe 2 or 3 days ago by somebody over there at that staff that they had seen me online. Okay, so cool. You see me online, I'm pretty sure you're following me now, or, you know, I can't keep up with all the what's the name, the people that come to the channel or whatever. But the fact that you admitted that you see me on YouTube or whatever is fine enough for me. So with that, I say this: get your act together. Get your act together. There's been nights that we have been up in that room up in there, and every guy in there will attest to this, and the heat has not been on. And it's literally 25, 30 degrees. But I guarantee you downstairs where the women and the kids are, the heat is on. And you know why? Because of this particular situation out here where you have a company called Eversource, which is an electric company, and they're basically overtaking the electric game in Connecticut. Now, if you've never heard of Eversource, what they do is they're a carrier for electricity. And basically what they do is you'll get your bill. Then on top of your bill, you'll get all these surcharges for carrier fees and all that stuff or whatever. So if I had to make an assumption, nobody's exempt from that, including state agencies. So that's probably what they're trying to avoid, which makes sense, but you're not going to do it at my expense. You understand what I'm saying? One of the major urgencies for me to get out of there is because of this, man. If y'all don't believe me, I swear to God to you. I spend on a regular probably $40 to $50 a day, just eating, surviving, and crap like that. I'm not eligible to get any food stamps for whatever reason. I don't know why, but we tried that 2-3 times now. They will not accept me. So that means everything that I eat, everything that I wear, everything that I move comes out of my own pocket. Now, I know y'all looking at me right now. Y'all like, oh, he got that fly hat on. I done had this hat from H&M since last year. You know how much this hat costs? $17. You see this scarf right here? $2. See the scarf up under it? $3 on sale. I got it in February. You understand what I'm saying? I'm very good at taking things and putting them together and making them look good. I was in the music business, okay? I wasn't the fry cook. You understand what I'm saying? So of course I'm stylish when I need to be. That don't mean that my pockets is loaded and all that crap. That's not what's going on. I wouldn't even be on here with y'all. I wouldn't even be where I'm at, right? Hey, you don't know how many times I have to explain that to people. Like, I really have to. I need to get the heck up out of there. It's not going to end up good. It's going to end up in January, December when it's snowing or whatever, and I'm going to be out in the street, and I know I am. I know I am. Because it's like that woman said, we need the bed. I know y'all do, because y'all got a backlog of history. So let me finish my story. So I was all the way back in New York, and after I did all that and called the governor's office, it wasn't even within 4 hours. I got a call. Oh, we got a spot for you. Why don't you come over here? Now, initially, I was dealing with this other woman that was trying to give me like the Bogart too and tell me, oh, well, why don't you try in a week? Chick, I ain't trying in a week. What you talking about? A week? So I made the phone calls I made, and I got done what I needed to get done. And that's the point. I got done what I needed to get done. I just don't understand this whole thing. You would think they would try to get you out there as quick as possible, but that's a problem. And I'm going to tell you why that's a problem. See, based on what my counselor told me, they prioritize, okay, let me put this in perspective for you guys. They prioritize, and I don't care what nobody says, they prioritize drug addicts, old people, alcoholics, and what they call chronic homeless. That means you've been homeless for more than 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, sleeping under bridges, stuff like that. That's the people they prioritize. And in the normal world, the people that are like me, say they're under 49 years old, that area, are secondary to none, and they expect you just to, well, you'll work your way out of it. There's no support, there's no none of that. Go get a job then. That'll get you out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's their attitude. And this has always been the attitude. And anybody who's been through the homeless shelter system knows that's the attitude. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Healthy people don't get nothing. I've been homeless for 9 years. Healthy people don't get, exactly. The system isn't working. I'm very thrifty myself, Veronica. Hell yeah, I am. Cowboy might get you down Florida in a few. Hood Secrets. I think I know who that is. Is that you, dudes? What's going on? It's only if they would eat, only if it was that easy, right? I swear to God. They don't care. They don't care, Queenie. You hit that on the note. They don't care. You are a number. If you think that they care about us there, if you say this system work, then you might as well say the prison system work. Because that's basically what you're saying. If you say this system work, then you might as well, I'll say it again, you might as well say the prison system is good then. You know, because that's what you're equating it to. You know, and I hate to tell you like that, but that's what it is. You know? I'm smoking cigarettes and all kinds of crazy stuff because I'm nervous, I'm tired, I'm hungry half the time, man. Shoot. I eat maybe twice a day sometimes. People thinking I'm on. We only as good as how we treat others, especially at their time of need. Nobody, you know what, DC Freeman? That's a funny thing, man. I was watching an interview today on the same dudes I got the information from Jay Prince, right? And they interviewed Boyce Watkins. And previously, I got my ups and downs with Boyce Watkins and everything like that or whatever. But one thing stuck out that Boyce Watkins said. And what they were doing is they were questioning him about, I guess, the legitimacy of Umar Johnson, who I spoke about before. But more so, they were talking about this economics and why Umar Johnson was able to collect so much money. And it was $1 million, $1 million plus at this point. But I'm still sitting back and I'm wondering, I mean, that's self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody ain't got it or whatever, but the problem was people are continuing to donate to Umar. I had a dude come on my page and I took a screenshot of him. If you go to the community section, you will see. You have to scroll a little bit, but you'll find it. And this guy put on my page a link and told people, why don't you donate to Umar Johnson instead? I swear to God, it's on my page. That's what he put on my page. And I was like, huh? Somebody sent you over here to do that, and you see the stuff on there and what I'm going through. And somebody, you actually thought that was the best move to make. And this is black folks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I swear to God to you. Yes, he did. And I got it in the community section of my page. You just go to the community section of my page and you'll see it on there. This system that they have instilled does not work. And Umar Johnson, Boyce Watkins, he made a mention, said he donated $25 to Umar early on, and that's great and everything like that. But it's like Umar is someone that has not fulfilled what he said he was going to do. But still people support him because they support the dream and the fallacy that comes along with Umar, I guess. I don't know. But one thing I do know is Umar has been able to become very lucrative, and many other YouTubers have too. And they get on and they flash their cars and everything like that, and their homes they done bought and everything like that, or whatever. But now one second do they reach back and be like, let me see what I can do with the brothers. They'll offer you classes. They'll say little slick stuff like, my platform. Platform is ownership. You don't own nothing on YouTube. I don't even own this video I'm streaming right now. Google owns this video. You understand what I'm saying? From the time I upload it, Google owns this video and shares partnership within this video, which is the technical cause of it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm real like jittery right now. The technical term for it will be called licensing. And I have a licensing agreement with YouTube. That's what happens once you sign up and you agree to their terms. You are now in a licensing agreement, which means I am licensing the space from YouTube to be able to stream, upload, etc. my videos. Legality-wise, that's what it means, if you didn't know. So there's no such thing as your platform and all that. Your platform is actually an entity that you own. You understand what I'm saying? And more preferably, you probably need a satellite to transmit that, which is another thing. You're going to need the FCC involved, NASA and everything else to put a, what's the name, in. What's going on, Vegas? Yeah, so, that's a whole different thing right there. I'm going to make this about an hour because I need to rock with y'all for a minute so y'all understand. I don't get on here crying too much. I just say what I say or whatever. Hey, what's going on, Cherry? But it's just remarkable how people that are basically in good standing, in good stage, get all the help they want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, my message should be way, way further out than this. And it's just not. It's just like, if I get on here and I talk about the music business, or I talk about some salaciousness, or I talk about Puff, how many times can you talk about Puff? You know what I'm saying? Puff is not going to help me. My former bad boy brothers are not going to help me. They have made that clear. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to them anyway. My problem is evidently not their problem. They've let that be known. And I've had people on here on my channel tell me the same thing. Your problem ain't my problem, Black people and Spanish people. Your problem ain't my problem. That's why I went in on Mr. Gilmore, that old relic. I'm tired, man. And I'm tired. I sound grumpy. I don't sleep. I don't eat right. Let me calm down. Because everybody asks me why you smiling. I don't smile. What I'm supposed to do? Be this miserable more than what it is, Yeah, I hear you. Truth spoken, truth heard, truth seen to the graph. You're proof that a lot of people have struggles after putting in work for the industry. Yeah, I mean, like, I've reached out to a couple people that I knew in the industry, and it's either, I get back to you, things ain't really good right now, Pop, let me holler at you later, and these are people I thought were friends, but they're not friends. When I start looking at things, I really don't have nobody. You know, like y'all ever notice when I do these videos, I'm always by myself. Every now and then I have somebody, but you know, I'm by myself, man. You know, I don't got no girl, I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no crib right now. Like I'm by myself and happily feel like that every freaking day of my life. It's sometimes y'all don't even know how hard it is for me to get on this camera. Like right now, it's hard for me to get on here. But this is my therapy, I guess. I don't know, man. Yeah. Action. Con alma, calma. I'm trying to, I'm tranquilo, tú sabes, yo tengo un problema, you know? So I talk about it, but I know. Calma, pero no corazón. I know. It's just, I was speaking Spanish to somebody. Now it's truth. I don't know. Not until they know about how I feel. You have to get up at 5 a.m. and I am. Yeah, see, I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm up at 4:30 every morning, dog. I don't get no sleep, and now there's people is telling me, yo, you can't leave, and then if I leave another time, I get kicked the fuck out. I get a discharge. So I can only leave 3 times in a month. The other 27 days, if you want to say, or 31 days, 28, 27 days of the month, I got to stay there. That's a prisoner. That's being in a halfway house, you know? That's like being in a halfway house. I ain't got no friends. I had friends. My shit. Please, man. And guys, I wanted to tell y'all too. Not to get into this and don't start hopping off now. But if y'all want to donate, I prefer that y'all don't use GoFundMe and y'all use instead Cash App, because GoFundMe, evidently, you have to wait a long time to get that money if I want to cash out. So say like if I found a crib or something like that and I want to cash out the money, I got to wait like 5 or 6 days. So guys, it's $STRINGERBELL 80. The links are in the description box here on this video too if y'all want to donate $5, $10 or whatever. But I lie to y'all not, man. I don't eat very well. I definitely don't sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not out buying wild stuff. Excuse me, this wind. Y'all hear this wind? And it's cold out here, man. It's really cold out here. Thank you, Queenie. Really chilly out at this mug, man. This ain't no joke. And now as the sun going down, it's getting colder. I feel it, you know? Look at this, my bag that flipped over. Lady at the thing gave me some cookies and stuff, man. Look at this thing, it fell out the bag. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The lady at Subway, she know me. She was like, hey, I got a whole bunch of cookies and stuff. You know, let me show you. She put them all in this tin right here and gave them to me. Ain't that nice of her? Shut up, though. All day long. Shoot. And we don't get no no grub there, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like they give us like, most of the stuff we get is donated. So I don't know if y'all know or not, but a lot of times the stuff be stale. Like I opened up this thing of brownies one day, the whole tin was stale. And it was cause like, once they get the donations, you know, everybody don't eat because they get the food donated to them. So once they get it, they storing stuff, you know, for as max as they can. So they get like regular stuff, like in the morning time we'll have like, they'll have sandwiches that they personally made and stuff like that or whatever, but it's far and few between. It's like, you know, truth, the creator's watching over you. I don't know who watching over me, man. I really don't. I'm just, you know, to be quite honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I say again, it's amazing. I was on somebody's podcast, this is the night before last, and I watched this man who's literally a millionaire taking mad dumb cash apps for like $100, $50. I ain't pocket watching, I'm just seeing what's in front of me. And then I noticed he must have seen one of my videos because he made it so I couldn't comment on his videos. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But I thought we was cool, you know, I guess not. This is once again somebody of the culture, you know. People of the culture are tests. Yeah, I hear all y'all on all that God stuff and everything, but honestly and truthfully, like, and I gotta say this, all right? I can't stand sometimes how black people just fall so much into spirituality, and Spanish people too fall so much into spirituality, and spirituality is like your only answer. I know God is with me, and I know God protect me. I was raised around the church. I understand that, and I understand y'all have good intents. But honestly and truthfully, I don't be want to hear that all the time. And I don't think nobody want to hear that all the time. Like, that's always the go-to. But what I'm telling y'all is, one of the people that was on this multimillionaires podcast and was donating money to him, they wasn't saying nothing about God. They was just giving up their change. You know what I mean? Which goes to tell me that there's a problem within the culture, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see motherfuckers in need and y'all don't want to help them, but y'all see multimillionaires, y'all want to give them some money just so your name will be seen on the screen. Reminds me of the Seinfeld episode. We kept donating that muffin bottoms to a to a homeless shelter, and the homeless shelter was like, why do we want muffin bottoms? Right. You know, I don't nobody want to hear no spiritual quotes every 5 minutes. Jesus with you. All right, that's cool. I know Jesus with me. You know what I mean? I grew up in the church. I'm not on that. I get real tired of the whole just go-to spirituality thing. Like, I get enough of them in my inbox, in my community section, on the comments. Jesus gonna help you, blah, 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 blah. And that's all great and dandy, but I just don't want to hear the constant drive about Jesus and everything like that every 5 minutes. It gets kind of annoying at a certain point. So that's the only thing I'm telling you guys. You know what I mean? So other than that, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but it just gets kind of annoying sometimes. Now, to pick up where I was at, this whole system that they have, like enshrined with that crap, is like, it's done for, and it's going to collapse on itself in a few minutes here. You know what I'm saying? You know what? God will too. Tina Marie said, no disrespect, but be careful. The devil will give you money too, but it's a consequence. So I'm not asking no devils. I'm talking about the people in here. Like, I'm not talking about devils or gods or Baphomets or any of that other weird stuff. You know what I mean? I'm talking about what's going on right now. And like I said, when people bottom classes from Boyce Watkins, when people jump on with Tariq Nasheed, that guy Tommy Sotomayor, all these guys that have become literally multimillionaires off y'all, you know, it's like, okay, they get to keep on, and guys still go live, they still do their thing or whatever, you know. It's just amazing to me that, like, you continue to support them, and nobody leaves Jesus quotes on their page, or Jesus gonna help you, and I believe in God, man. Ain't nobody that believe in God like me right now, you feel me? So I hear all that, but I just don't even want to hear Jesus quotes every 5 minutes or spirituality quotes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I got an urgent move, and I need to make that move. It's freezing out here, and I need to go and leave this state. You understand what I'm saying? I want to get out of this state. I don't like being here. It's daily. It's a headache of something or another. It's the people out here are like fucking silly. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but most of them. You know what I mean? This is not New York. Like, these people out here is dirt ass poor, and they try to pretend like they on. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same thing they do in New York, be dirt ass poor and be trying to pretend like they on. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a tri-state thing, really. I seen the same thing going on in Jersey, same thing going on in New York, and now the same thing going on out here. You know what I mean? I feel the same way you feel about these people, and thank you, Tina. I feel you. And Tina, don't think I'm spoiling off on you or Queenie. I mess with y'all. See that? Listen to this one. Candy said, go to the church. Yo, son, that's what I'm about to take off of this joint again. I just sat here and did a whole tribe about Jesus and all that. And the first thing they tell me is, go see the white man. That's always black people and Spanish people's answer to everything. Go see the white man, not us. Go see the white man. He gonna help you. Especially Latinos nowadays. Latinos almost are so lost in the source, they think they white. You know what I mean? You're not Anglo-Saxon. And if you need any proof of that, you look no further than that video footage where Donald Trump was throwing paper towels on the shore of Puerto Rico. That should let you know how America feels about you. You're talking about poor white trash that y'all gathering up under. You understand what I'm saying? Janitors and and blue collar motherfuckers. You're not up around people that got higher tier degrees or part of Senate or Congress, anything like that. I'll see people that are Latino that it breaks my heart sometimes. They'll just sit there and giggle and coon with white folks, and then as soon as they're away from them, they talking crap about them. You know what I'm saying? They'll sit around black people and talk crap about Spanish people and do the irreversible with them. When they're around Spanish people, they'll talk about black people. And that's to keep the confusion going. They can't let you be together. If you be together, then they turn around and take them over. You understand what I'm saying? And Latinos, please be correct. You're not going to take over America under that banner. They'll stop you in your tracks in a minute. There's been many other races that have tried the same thing. I implore you to look at American history to prove such as otherwise. Guys, I don't know what is going on with people, but that one right there, she said, go see the white man. He gonna help you. Oh, man. She said, go to the church. Go to the church. Go to the church. Go to the church. You think that's how simple it is, huh? I hear you. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm telling you what it is, and it is what it is, you know. I'm in Vegas, but have to leave to work. See that? Listen to what Queenie just said. I mean, Patricia said. She said, I have to leave out of Vegas to find more work. And I know you had just lost that gig, too. We was talking about that. Church does have their own set of issues. Isn't that a fact, Michelle? I trust church folks the least. And me, too. I trust church folks the least, too. They always got... You know what the problem is with the church? Let me tell y'all a little secret, right? In New York City and in Connecticut, from what I've done my research, there is not one black church that offers beds to the homeless, even though it's a program that they can get state money from. There is not one church in New York City, not one in this area of Connecticut that donate or do anything for African Americans. I'm talking about solely African Americans. Let's exclude Latino churches, because Latino churches actually do. But as far as black churches, that's why when you said something about go to the church, they look out. You had to be talking about white people, because that's the majority of people in this area is white. The majority of this area is Italian, Greek, Portuguese. You know what I mean? Because they don't care. That's a fact. A lot of people leaving. I heard there's a lot of people leaving Las Vegas. Las Vegas is damn near shut down like New York is. And then with all these new cases of COVID rising everywhere, which I'm going to leave off talking about that. Right now, you know, old cocky, obnoxious Connecticut is right now the leader in COVID cases in the whole entire tri-state. The second in line is New Jersey. And then the third in line is New York City, who's steadily rising, and they're now closing the schools, which Connecticut was doing up until about a week ago, so I don't know. But the cause from what Governor Ned Lamont says, who has also put himself in self-quarantine, is that most of the spreading of the virus is happening through their restaurants and bars. And this is why Mayor de Blasio is now threatening to shut down all bars and indoor dining in New York City. And Ross Baraka down in Newark, New Jersey, and many other constituencies in New Jersey are considering the same, closing their doors as far as indoor dining, which is going to be irreprehensible on freaking business. They're talking right now, projectively, it's going to take New York City 5 years to come back from COVID-19 to being where it used to be. We are, right now, Queenie asked me, are we in lockdown in Connecticut? Are there any restrictions? He was supposed to improvise a curfew at 10 o'clock. That has not happened, but what has happened is that now Connecticut is basically, okay, so 8:30 is really where you need to start shutting down if you have a restaurant, but you have to be closed by 10 p.m. So that is one of it. Now what they're trying to do is they're trying to extend that, and we've actually rolled back our, lockdown phases. I guess that's what you say. So we actually rolled back the lockdown phase. So which where it previously was. New York, they're talking about doing the same. Jersey has done such so far. So it's like, I'm glad I left NY, but at the same time, I miss NY because, like, if I was in the Bronx, I can move around a little bit more. If I was just in the city, I can move around a little bit more, get a lot more done. Even though it's, how can I say it? Out here, I ain't got nowhere to go to sit down and really, like, you know what I'm saying? Get to my thoughts, get to what I'm doing, work on whatever I'm working on, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole bunch of things that I've put together, and I just need to edit them or whatever. There's not a space for me to do that. because nowhere's open. Most of the places are closed. Most of the places, if they are open, they don't want you to sit in them for a very long time. So I need, before I could be in Starbucks or wherever, work on whatever I wanted to work to, but have 4 or 5 coffees while I'm doing it. Now you can't do that. Not in the tri-state. That's why I need to leave the tri-state. And I got a perfect place I'm going. It's rural. It's away from here, and I don't enjoy the winters in the Northeast anymore. I'm sorry, I just don't. So screw New York and screw Connecticut. What's the COVID situation that seemed like they would have potential to be out of hand? Yeah, see, I'm glad you asked that, DC Freeman. Okay, so DC, this is the case. As I've witnessed with my own 2 eyes and nightly, no one is being checked. I'll give you a perfect example. When I come back from New York and I'm on the train, what happens is they'll have these little wands and they'll randomly pick people to do it, or they'll have teams that'll, hit you with the little wand or whatever. They also have a camera that can tell. It's like some type of thermal camera, infrared camera, something like that, and it can tell if you have any of these type of symptoms or anything of COVID-19 that stop you in your tracks. Yeah, so they're not in there. Nobody's in there. Let me put it to you this way. Nobody inside is really wearing masks. The as far as a test for COVID, nobody. I ain't never seen that happen, even from the day I walked in. As far as 3 people getting shot literally across the street from us, nobody asked us about anything, even really cared, I think, that much. You know what I'm saying? Or just try to sweep it under the rug and act like we forgot about it. I ain't forget about it, and I've had trouble sleeping since it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because it happened when we were asleep. As far as COVID cases in Connecticut, they had shut down the schools here for a minute because it was spreading. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're not doing none of that. He said, I was afraid you was going to say that. Yeah, and I discussed that today with the governor's office. I expressed that, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't, the thing I kept safe was I didn't say where I was at. And I told him at the beginning of the conversation, I said, I don't want to say which one I'm at, because then he called them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a whole new net of beans. Then they'd be like, oh, now we really got to get this darky out of there. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust none of the pandemic either. Who do? But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who got it. That's one other reason I'm like, yo, why are you tripping? So a lot of these rules that they have in place that were previously pre-COVID-19 need to be lax, need to be changed or whatever. If you have uptick in virus counts or whatever, why are you just leaving it to some men that many of them are many of them are mentally unstable or whatever? And I'm not just talking about where I stay, I'm talking about the other one too. You know what I'm saying? And at the women's one. See, Las Vegas goes in lockdown next week. They're opening and closing schools, colleges, crazy. It is. I'm a social worker, so I hate to hear about people's social, emotional needs not being addressed. Yeah, it's not. I mean, don't nobody care about us. Don't give me, trust me. One thing I live with daily, I know don't nobody care about me. You understand what I'm saying? I get up here and I talk my talk or whatever, but I learned from dealing with bad boy entertainment, don't nobody care about me. I think press care about me. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, don't nobody care about me. And it don't bother me. It don't bother me. One day I'll find a wife and have some kids and they'll care about me. But right now, I'm on my own. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. But it's just people don't know the stuff that we go through. The other night, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The other night, I was thinking about my mom, I was thinking about my sister and everything, and then I started thinking about my dad, and my dad dead, and I just started I ain't cry, but I just had a tear come to my eye. You know what I mean? I miss my dad. I ain't get to spend as much time with my dad as I should have. He got remarried and everything like that, so it made things difficult. But yeah, man, I hear y'all. My niece is at UConn. They letting her come home. Yeah, UConn is letting out too. Arizona governor has not made it mandatory state law for masks, but businesses, you must wear a mask. These cases are rising in Arizona too. It's crazy they can't make a decision. Yeah, they're rising here like crazy. My father was a good man. My father was in construction for a while. Then my father did some other things or whatever. My father, he was definitely a good man. He's just like me. He was he worked for himself, I think my dad saw early on that You can make more money working for yourself than putting in the effort to work with other people and for years and years and years and years. And like you saw with me as an example, I worked for a company for 16 years. And then at the end of it, when everything was going, a multi-million-dollar company, soon to be a multi-billion-dolar company. And in the end, I got tossed to the side. You know, that's why I put up that clip for Prez. And if y'all can read between the lines, y'all might get it. You know what I mean? That's why I've been saying, just do you. Nah, see, I don't like taking that approach, that just do you approach. You know, like, let me tell you something about in a regular world, and like everything was normal, and we were talking about the culture, and you talking about that just do you, no new friends crap that was started maybe 5 or 10 years ago, or whatever, however long it was turned. That shit serves no purpose. You see, right now, I do need friends. Because somebody put my cash up in the thing, please. And if you don't see it there, they're all in the description box. You know what I'm saying? It's on this video right now. So, and I prefer y'all donate to the Stringer Bell 80 joint, because that way I can just get the money right then and there. With the GoFundMe, I got to wait like 6 or 7 days or whatever, because they sent me an email and they told me, I didn't even know GoFundMe did this, but because I told you, and this go to prove, y'all, I don't touch that money. You go look right now. The freaking thing says if you don't sign up like your route number, stuff like that for your bank within a certain amount of time, I think it was 60 days or 90 days, 1 or 2, then they'll refund all the money that you collected back to the people. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Queenie. Queenie wrote my cash app in there, y'all. Stringerbell 80, STRINGERBELL 80. If y'all want help, if y'all don't, just keep on continue to listen, whatever. Like I said, I know nobody give a fuck about me, so I ain't worried about it. You know what I mean? But that whole don't trust nobody thing or whatever, like that is one of the biggest mistakes that was ever implemented into the culture. And if you ask me, it was implemented by the wrong person, a Canadian that's biracial, that's half Jewish, that's from Canada. You know what I mean? And y'all let that set as a staplet of how you would treat each other here in America. Because there was one time in this culture and in this country, and I'm gonna say for me growing up, when black people and Latino people dealt with each other in a whole totally different way, and was more loving, was more acceptable, invited each other in or whatever. But it's a shame I get up here on this YouTube, say everything I say, and there's people just, they don't even care. But everybody will send me a link talking about, you know, so-and-so talking about this person. I do that stuff in between because I know it is amusing, it is entertaining, and I don't want this to all be about me. So I put up stuff, you know. But I don't know, I'm slowly losing my drive, I guess you would say. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired, man. I'm tired. You know what I'm just tired, man. Sometimes strangers spare a thought. Some show love more than people close to us. Yeah, man. You know, people, thank you, Annette, for putting my cash up there too. $ Stringer Bell 80. Yeah, man. You know, like a lot of people will have their picks about who they donate to, or have their picks about who they help, or whatever, with that whole just do you, it's out for me, I'm going to get the bag, you know, type of mentality. And, you know, if that's who you are, that's who you are. But make no mistake about it, that's not going to serve you anywhere great, because in this climate, the way things are right now, you're going to need some friends. You're going to need some help. And I think black people and Latin people need to start getting with the notion and start seeing and taking examples from white people. White people are not saying just do you. White people are not saying, yo, forget that white person over there. It's all about us. No, they help each other. Black people and Spanish people evidently don't help each other unless there's some clout attached to it. You can get some clout here, believe it or not. You know, you can get some clout here. That's send love. Yeah, you know, I appreciate it, man. I have no advice then. Peace and blessings to you. I have no advice then. Some people bite the hand that feed them, so you do have to be careful. Don't be a fool, because you will lose everything. I don't know what that meant. Some people bite the hand that feed them, so you have to be careful. Don't be, I don't know if you meant that to me or who, but I don't bite nobody's hand. I've always been one of the most humble people there is out there. Like I still am to this day, even under the situation I'm in and the duress I'm in or whatever. I'm humble, I think, as I can possibly be. You know what I'm saying? Any more than that, I'd be groveling on the ground like that chick was up there at Trump Tower. Oh, okay. I didn't think you were, but you know, this whole no new friends, like, man, listen, y'all don't even know. Yesterday I was on live, my homeboy, he was like, yo, You need to ride somewhere. I was the first person I had known I had seen in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Even had somebody just initiate the conversation with me. So that was wonderful, you know, like that really meant something to me. But I don't know, man. I appreciate that. I've been here in Las Vegas for 22 years now. It's not the same. I wish the old guys were still running Vegas. I hear that. Yeah, I wish some of the old guys were still running New York and what's the name. Now we got all these floozy, flimsy ass dudes that just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know one thing, you know, I gotta give me some jeans like a mug. It is. I can't even explain to y'all how cold it is out here right now. You know what I'm saying? But yesterday it was freezing. But y'all work it. Y'all my crowd. Y'all show up and watch me and listen to me. Please like the video. The more likes, the better. You know what I'm saying? I come up with a suggestion box. So if y'all can, just like that up. Even if y'all don't donate, I just appreciate y'all listening or whatever. So just to answer everybody's questions, no, nobody, if anybody's getting tested in there for COVID-19, do I see any future of housing for me? No. I was told somebody was supposed to get in touch with me 3 weeks ago, and I still have not talked to them yet. And then there's another process after I talk to them, which is another waiting period. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving is next Thursday. This Thursday coming up. I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got nobody to spend it with, so I'm gonna do a whole day just going live. You know, that's how I'm gonna spend my Thanksgiving. You know, I'm just disgusted. And I'm fed up and I'm tired, man. You know. Anybody got any questions for me? Anything? I'm here to answer them, man. Exactly. It was better when it was ran by. I don't know if it was ran. Yeah, well, you know, I don't want to say that online, but yeah, might have been. No problem. I truly understand. Lost my job 2019. Didn't get any unemployment till January 2020. Stay with the family and being threatened if not every day, then every day about being kicked. Yeah, I went through that too. In that. Yeah, I went through that too. If any of y'all don't know my story, I actually came out here to Connecticut to stay with a friend. I was invited out here from New York to stay with a friend. And that friend ran into a little situation or whatever. He felt a certain type of way, and he had gotten to that mode too. You know what I'm saying? And I give this friend over, when I looked at the statements and everything, I gave him over, I had money saved when I came out here. I gave him over almost $700 in a month and a half. Just on little frivolous things. Hey, let's go to the grocery store. Hey, let's get this because he had no food in the house, stuff like that. And do you know he turned around and kicked me out? And that's why I ended up over there at that homeless shelter, you know? Nobody I know is here no more. You know, you would think somebody in my family would be like, yo, come stay with us or something now. I ain't gonna get that. Sink or swim, that's the attitude. Yeah, and that gotta be strong dealing with that. Yeah, y'all gotta, I don't know. You know, this is gonna be a hard statement for me to make, but I think I'm gonna start changing the trajectory of the crowd that I deal with. And I mean that in a good way. And as many of y'all, I hope y'all still come back here and check me out or whatever. Please hit that like button. It helps me out so much. But I think I'm gonna change my trajectory a little bit, and I'm gonna have to start pointing my direction at people that are a little bit more innate to help, you know, because, yo, man, to be quite honest with you, men of color getting it the worst right now. You know what I'm saying? And then second in line would be white men. You know what I mean? Like, and that's all facts. Like, I think women are secure a little bit more than men are because of the professions they're in. Most women are nurses or, you know, shit like that or whatever. And it's a great profession. My mother was a nurse. I'm not knocking anybody for that. But, I mean, that's the chosen profession of a lot of women. So it will make you feel like you're on top of the world right now. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It will make you feel like you're on top of the world. You know, they give you a little tag. You're an essential worker. You know, I get it. But the problem with a lot of these essential working women and men is they have turned their attitude into a thing of, I'm doing better than you doing COVID-19. You know, and that is the attitude of a lot of black and Latino people walking around acting like there ain't no pandemic going on. You know, to a lot of black people and Latino people, you would not even believe there's a pandemic going on. You would not believe that cases are spiking. You would not believe that you need to wear a mask. You would not believe anything because a lot of black and Spanish people right now are in delusion, if you ask me, about what's really going on in the world. Like, I just don't get it. You know, people are walking around like the club is still open. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is just normal, you know, the shopping and popping and, you know, I get it. Everybody's bored. It's a different type of time right now in society where we have to almost, I don't know if you want to say, curb our enthusiasm of once we once had. But if you talk to many Black and Spanish people right now, you would think there's nothing going on. And that's just not the truth. It's going to get worse. It's coming worse. They predicted it was going to get worse as far as this COVID-19 thing. And now we're seeing the results of it here in the Northeast. And quite preferably, I don't want to be here when it explodes even more. And I think there's a group of Black and Spanish people and white people that would like to see me disseminate. There's people out there I honestly and truthfully believe would like to see no more than my destruction. I have 5 or 6 of them there. Don't worry, I'm staying with y'all. I've had 5 or 6 people come up and just tell me straight up online, hey, I hope you fail. Call me all kinds of names. Well, yet and still, you got people that do the same thing every day, and you don't say anything to them because they don't look like you. What a coward, right? Let's see what else is in here. Yeah, they are. Michelle Meachy said they shopping like crazy, aren't they? Action, perseverance. Yeah, truth. It's not you. It's they hate. They want. Yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God to you. Stop saying nobody cares about you. I ain't saying y'all necessarily either, but I just saying like in my daily, you know what I mean? Like, you feel what I'm saying, Tina? I feel you though. But nah, I ain't got nobody. I already got myself prepared mentally because I'm gonna spend Thanksgiving by myself and I'm gonna be here. I can't even go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because if I go somewhere, I'm gonna be kicked out. So I'm gonna go live all day, probably, and just talk about whatever I will talk about. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully somebody hear me, man. I ain't on here begging. It's just reality, you know what I'm saying? And I've been called a beggar, I've been called this, oh, you a little healthy, won't you go get it? What are you talking about? There's 9 people that stay with us and only 2 people got jobs. And the only reason the other dude got a job is because somebody quit that job. And he just happened to be, he filled out the application, I think it was 2-3 months ago, he said. And they just happened to call him because the person quit. The Creator is able to see you and them clear. Well, thank you, Londa. I appreciate that. All right, I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate y'all well wishes. I know y'all mean good, but sometimes brothers don't just be wanting to hear Jesus quotes all the time. You know what I'm saying? I know God got my back. Yeah, please hit them thumbs up, man. Please hit them thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, please. I appreciate it. Even if y'all don't, donate or nothing like that, just hit that like button, man. Maybe I can get my message out to some people that will. You know what I'm saying? And honest and truth to God, I hope at the end of this, it's not a white person to come and save me and versus my own people. I hope it's not that. And I know that's what it's going to be. I don't know what it is about me. I've always had white people take a liking to me. I'm not a coon. I talk the same way in front of them. I talk to y'all. I curse and everything else. And they just, I don't know. They see something in me they see in themselves, I guess. I don't know. What's good, brother? Salute to you. There's another God. To you, God has a plan. Don't make it color. God has you. I am going to make it color. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to make it color. Because you're coming in late, and I'm not mad at you, okay? So let's make sure we got that in perspective. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. And I'm saying this to Cardigan Shams 40. It is about color, and I'm going to tell you why it is about color. I live around a lot of white people, a lot of white people. In fact, they oversaturate the population of any other population here, okay? And so they have a collective thought process. We're talking about collective thought process as far as culturally, right? So I have the collective thought process to be philanthropic. Does that make sense to you? And so versus where the current climate of the culture right now does not. And if you need an example of that, you look no further than King Von, Mo3, Bootsy, the dentist, and all of them. They were a direct result of such. And what I mean by that is this. See, I heard out of Texas that there's a hit list on rappers that have money and have not given back, don't help nobody or whatever. And I heard this is partial into what's going on down there in Texas right now and what's going to happen nationally in a few minutes, where everybody literally in the Black community is not helping each other out. There are no food trucks in Black neighborhoods designed by Black people that are going out there feeding them. There are no Black food banks that are in majority of this state that I can point out, or New York, that are going out helping the people. There are no black churches open, inviting black homeless people in there. I can keep going and going and going and going. So when I do point that out and I do make that example, I want you to understand very correctly and clearly that yes, there is a difference. And those differences were pointed out several times. In fact, in this whole live right here. You are very well spoken and smart, that's why. Yeah, I get that problem a lot. I'm gonna go on what Michelle just said too. Yeah, a lot of rappers have died. The true creator has already won. Thank you, Yolanda. Evil is never conquered, succeeded never. Thank you. I want to go in on something that that Michelle said. Yeah, Michelle, I do get that problem. Let me tell you, Michelle, you wouldn't even realize it. See, there are two homeless crowds out in, I would say, everywhere. And those two crowds include this. There's one crowd that's severely homeless. I say actually three. There's one crowd that's severely homeless, okay? That means they're on drugs, they're in the street, they sleep on the street, sleep on the, there was a, where I'm at, there's like a stage that is built up for outside performances during the summer, and people were under there sleeping under there when it was still warm. They're not under there anymore, but they were sleeping under there when it was warm. Then there's a second group that actually chooses to go to the homeless shelters and things like that or whatever, make themselves, prepared to transition back into their life. Then there's the third tier, which you would put as houseless, not homeless necessarily, meaning they kind of couch surf, go place to place or whatever. I follow in those latter two, you know what I'm saying? And those latter two are a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, effect than the other two. Now, this chick, to be funny, she saw me on live and she wanted to hop out her car, open the door, and blast her music just to be funny, you know? One of my sisters. Watch this, let me show you guys. She literally, well, now she closed the door after I point the camera on. Amazing. Action. So scare them with the truth. Thanks for filling me in. I respect and value your opinion. No, man, I respect and value yours too. The problem is, a lot of people, they'll look at me in the way I'm dressed and the way I talk and everything, and they are offended by it. In some cases, a lot of black people and white people, both are offended by the way I talk. Like, how dare you speak so clearly and so articulate? How dare you? And they look at it as a threat. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's a threat to them. And like the move I made today with calling the governor's office, right? Perfect example. Most people looked at me like I was crazy. I told one of my men I was going to do that. I said, yo, I'm going to call the governor's office, try to see what I can get going on. Because I had some prior conversations with them. And based on the way I talk, they seem to respect my opinion enough so that I can call this several times. So I said, cool. You know what I mean? Now, the funny thing is, these same people that are positioned to help us, they're not really in a position to help us, I think. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate, but white people, for some reason or another, seem to be the go-to answer for every black problem suggested by other black and Spanish people. Oh, you need to go over here. You need to use the system. You need to do, no, I need y'all. This the same way as when I was coming up and I was with them bad boy people and people needed me and I came through and brought people to studios, got people jobs and everything else. And here I am sitting up here online asking people for money. You know, help me out. You know, I'm messed up. When I get out of this, I'm going to go out of my way. One, to help the helpless community. Two, to try to exact this message that many other, I guess I'm in that OG category now, are trying to express, which is, well, I'm young OG, but trying to express, yo, it needs to be more done amongst the people circulating their money to the right people. Boyce Watkins don't need no more money. Tariq Nasheed don't need no more money. But there's a whole bunch of brothers and sisters. I ran to this brother's GoFundMe when I was going through there, and this brother needed a new wheelchair. You know how much he had on his donations for a new wheelchair? Only $12,000, and the wheelchair cost something like $20,000. And that was 9 months later. Beauty to the streets. I think there may be a charity that shows so many homeless people. They show so many homeless people they help. The numbers are so high, we don't see that in the news. Trust me, I peeped the difference. Houses is a big difference. We have a housing epidemic, so it can affect. Exactly, Michelle. Truth. Imagine the multitudes of persons who hate the Messiah. Truth. Respecting a two-way street. Let your conscience be your guide. Michelle Michi, what's your Instagram? Don't forget who didn't help you when they come up. That's right, Queenie. Action. Ask yourself, is there anyone in heaven who knows you? I need help for the first and the last in security. That's what I need. Shanique Butter. What up, family? How you doing, man? I'm doing good, Robbie Blue. What's going on? It's all good. Yeah, that's the same thing I need, Shanice. And that's what I'm asking. You should start your own. Truth, TikTok goes the clock. Exactly. You're right about the lack of assistance in our community. In my mother's living assistant community, I shop for them and they can pay whatever they can. LaDawn, that's in your mother's community, not my community. Understand the difference? Stop. And that's another thing I hate that black people do. And they always underline, in my community, in my area, in my friends, in the people I know, in my this, in my that, in my this, in my that. You will hear black people say that shit all the time. My this, my that. And they do it from the stepping stone, like a church step, a tree stump preacher. And they do it because, in my personal opinion, they have nothing else to offer. And that's okay if you don't. I'm not worried about that. I don't judge people. See, I'm not here to tell you, oh, you ain't nothing. You can't donate. I ain't one of them jacks. I saw that stuff that Umar did. Umar get on there and tell y'all ain't nothing. Just that and other people don't donate. I'm not saying that. I said I'm going to change my trajectory. And I might just have to do what a lot of people are suggesting anyway when you tell me don't make it about color, but you at the same time you're telling me to go see programs of people that are relatively the same thing. I'm going to see white folks for help. It is what it is. In a lot of ways, and I hate to say it like this, black people and Spanish people that would want to help you, they can't. And then the ones that you think would to claim that they ballers and they getting it or whatever, they don't want to help you either. They'd rather see you down because, see, the majority, black people come from a history of crabness in such a word. And what I mean by crabness is, it's the crab in the barrels mentality. And it goes back to the slave times and everything else, and it's rescinded and stayed with them. And so this is the only way they do it. Whites do it too. The servitude whites that they had at one time, indentured servants, if you want to call them, that would be the Irish that they had down in, Maryland and everywhere else. And some of them depicted in the movie 12 Years as a Slave. So it's very affluent, but you would only know it if you're American. See, this is something you have to be generations in American. You can't just be these new Americans. Thank you, DC Ferguson. I appreciate that. It's a real one right there. Hey, guys, if you can, just put my Cash App in there. If you want to donate something, I appreciate it, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, it's getting real expensive. Right now, I'm using their Wi-Fi, whatever, to hit you guys or whatever. But I'm letting this dude run my thing because I might be able to get a new phone. I need a new phone and a new phone service. You know what I'm saying? And that phone service, it needs to be bigger than what I got. Right now, I only get 35 gigabytes. That's why I ain't even been able to go live. So right now, I'm using the Wi-Fi to go live with y'all. I don't think I'm back on. You know what I'm saying? But I got somebody running something for a phone. That's why I'm sitting out here. I'm going to go back in there in a minute. And hopefully, maybe something will work out for me. And I get it. You know what I mean? I don't have bad credit. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can run. I'm trying to run this thing and this promotion they got to get a new phone for free and get the system set up for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Which would be beautiful through AT&T. Because AT&T got this deal. Right now, I pay $50 a month for a phone. I have to have a phone. You cannot do nothing without a phone, especially in this climate. So people be like, how you homeless? You got a phone? Everybody's homeless got a freaking phone. You can get a phone for $20. That's the stupidest question I ever heard in my life. Can somebody put my Cash App in there, or you guys can just go to the description box and it's in there. It's $STRINGERBELL80. Again, it's $STRINGERBELL80. Just enter that in or go to the description box. It's in there. But if somebody can, just type that into the description box for me, and I'm gonna read out some of these comments here. In this world, there's a lack of empathy in this world. When the economy falls, people will learn the repentance from their experience. Yeah, I mean, like, It's funny to me, I hear so many black people out here nowadays and Spanish people just toking their chest out. And y'all hit those like buttons, please. Toking their chest out, like I said before, like they're so better than everybody. And it's really just the professions you're in. Like you're a nurse. Yeah, nurses are needed. We have a worldwide pandemic going on. We salute you. I thank you for your service. My mother was a nurse. But it's the attitude that comes along with it. I've seen black people right past white other people and just act like they're just so much at the top of the world. And I'm like, okay, hold up. You didn't go to college for that. You know what I mean? Like that's always my attitude. I kind of equate a lot of things to college experience, how educated you are actually versus being blue collar workers. You know what I mean? So that's the stuff I kind of like more so look at it than anything. Let's see who else is here. Today, tomorrow, the thought about yesterday. Everyone needs to help right now. Can't help others start a new. Can't help others start nice. Yes, you donate. Shame blacks and Latinos. This is what NC said. Okay, NC, bye-bye. You one of those type of people I was talking about. So let's get you up out of here. Because you're skipping past the point of what I'm saying here. You're talking about dissing and trying. Well, we'll let him stay here for a minute. Yesterday ended last. I don't know what you're talking about, Yolanda. Crabs in the barrel, exactly. Don't want you to have 1 cent more than them. Yeah, exactly. And then I got this crybaby up here, NC, that calls herself NC. Oh, you talk about the people too much. Nah, sometimes you need to hear the truth about yourself. It's not talking about one is better than the other or one is worse than the other. It's about talking the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the truth doesn't always go to avail in your direction every time. So I'm going to check in a minute. I really don't even check, but thank you, Shaws. I appreciate it. And thank you, Queenie, for writing that in there. It's $STRINGERBELL80. To be quite honest with you, to answer NC's little diatribe, I don't look down on my own. I don't think that you're less than me. You not understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about the trajectory in which their preference is to do so. You know what I'm saying? And white people have some trajectories that I don't like either. And other people have trajectories that I don't like either, whether they're Amish or whatever. If you were really listening, you would have heard me 5 seconds say, this goes for white people too, including when they were indentured servants. Y'all hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Truth. The pride filled was struck will all the exactly that whole pride. Thank you, Queenie. And my what's the name? My Cash App is right there, guys. $STRINGERBELL80. That's exactly what it is. My uncle used to call it what my Uncle Will used to call it jitterbugging. So you still out here jitterbugging? You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you one thing I hate about a lot of black guys and Spanish guys. They have a thing of doing this little strut thing that's being mentioned right there in front of other blacks and Latinos, but they won't do it with anybody else. Anybody else, they say, it's not a challenge. It's not a big deal. Or they're scared more so than anything. They know what Yolanda means. Exactly. God said, I talk about black people too much. I talk down on them. Let me tell you something, you little punk motherfucker. Let me tell you what scared is. Scared is getting online and talking shit to a man that's in the homeless shelter. When that same man that went in front of Trump Tower several times and did lives that are on my page with guns to my back, including the ARs, AK-47s, you name it, from NSA and all that. Have you done that? I've done it. There's about 5 videos on my page and none of them had a problem with me. Not one problem. Here we go. NC, what's your problem? What's your problem, NC? You came here to talk to me. You came here to tell me how I ain't doing enough for the people. Is that what you came to do? You came to tell me. There's always one of you. You one of them crabs I was talking about. So you don't get to dictate what I talk about. You don't get to dictate what I say to the people. You understand what I'm saying? That's me. And if I bet you if I went to your page right now, you probably got like 2 followers in the past 7 years, right? Like the most of them. The ones that talk the most around it, they really just trying to get attention to their page because ain't nobody gonna mess with them any old type of way. You know why? Because you have nothing to say. You have no direction. You have no inquiry. What you need to do is sit back and watch this right here and learn how to talk naturally instead of trying to be the tough guy and go the same route that everybody else goes. And I wish my girl Tippy was in here, because Tippy would have blocked you 5 minutes ago. Yeah, Queenie, that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to push no followers away, Mr. I'm talking about him. You see, you ain't heard me talk to nobody else like that. Everybody else I'm talking to nicely. I'm talking to people that come in here and they try to, let me tell y'all a little bit of something, right? When I first started this, right? And if y'all was back with me then, when I first started this like a month and a half ago, right? I'm talking about going online and everything like that. My former brothers that I used to work with made a video about me. Video got like 1,000 likes. 1,000 views in a whole month, okay? I got videos I put up and within a couple hours they get 1,000 something views, all right? So that goes to show you that their reach here. So what they did was they had one of the guys, he actually copied and pasted the link, put an attachment with it, a note with it. It said, there's 2 sides to every story, here ours. And then he put it all in my comment section and told everybody, don't donate to him, But what really happened was they made themselves look like fools and made themselves look like liars. You understand what I'm saying? And it looked crazy. Now, I'm not here to argue and what's the name? Choke No Joke actually sent me, I didn't know that was his real name, author. Chuck No Joke, let me tell you something about Chuck No Joke. He is no joke, he a real one. See, that's what I mean when Negroes get on here. See, there's a difference between Negroes and black people. Negroes still stuck on the plantation. That's the ones I'm talking about. Y'all hit that like button if y'all could. You know what I'm saying? And please, somebody, you can either go to my description box or you can hit $STRINGERBELL80. I'm actually going to shut down that GoFundMe because I got a feeling that if I do get booted out of that place or whatever, it's gonna take like I think they said like a week for me to get the money or whatever. They don't have no instant thing like you know what I'm saying, like the other ones do. Like PayPal got an instant, the other one got an instant as well. So I think I'm gonna be shutting down the GoFundMe or whatever, and just put that in my savings account instead, so it's readily available. You know what I mean? Just in case, because I don't trust that I don't trust that stuff over there, man, at all. Y'all can call me whatever you want to. I see what's going on every day, you know. Chuck No Joke, his real name is Arthur. He sent me a Cash App right after he was talking about me on his show. So I ain't gonna never say nothing bad about Chuck No Joke. I had nothing bad to say about him the first time. That's why I knew who he was. I never said nothing bad about Chuck No Joke. In fact, even the people that I mentioned, like Boyce Watkins, and I had something good to say about Boyce at the beginning of this. I said Boyce went on a podcast, and I just watched it this morning. The clip was about 30 minutes. That's how much they shaved it down, but I think it was actually an hour, because in the interview, he says, thanks for spending an hour with us. And it was only about a 30-minute video, so they just edited it down. But he said the exact same thing. He said there's a lot of other people out here that's more worthy of giving your donations to, that are in need, etc., etc., etc. You know, and I commend him for saying that. You know what I mean? It's other than Umar Johnson. So no, you don't. It is what it is. I have black coworkers that have the nerve to think they are better. Exactly. Here's a tip, bro. entertainmentcareers.net. I'll check it out, but nobody's working in the entertainment business right now. We're in a national pandemic, Mr., and nobody's performing. The offices in New York are all but empty. It's crazy. I'm not sure where you live at, Mr., but respect to you, because you donated to me before and you finished the Chuck No story. I will. K is for karma, P is for payback. Exactly, Yolanda. No, I hate that term, secure the bag. I hate that term. Open another one and take out in case it's needed. Secure the bag. Yeah, I am, but I'm just trying to secure my future. You know, I'm fighting for my life right now, B. Salute to you too. Hit the like button. Thank Miss Tip. There she go. I just spoke about you too. I said, I wish Miss Tip was in here. She get them out of here. That's my favorite right there. Miss Tip, Tina Marie, and definitely Patrice. They nice girls. And that's another thing too. I'm gonna get on gender to end this off. The women that come here to my channel and view me, I guess I got a favoritism with women, you know what I'm saying? Versus the men versus the disgruntled. Is that a better word? I have a lot of disgruntled men. They come on and tell me what I should be doing or what I be doing. And I ask them, where do they live at? And they'll tell me they live halfway across the country, or they live in some little small town, Pocahontas, Nebraska, or whatever. And for some reason or another, mentally, they can't make the distinction of what's going on where they live at and in major cities where I was at in New York City and where I'm at currently in Connecticut. They think that they're the same. And based on that, they won't do the investigation to say, okay, what's the current economic climate? What's the climate as far as COVID-19 is concerned? What's the common numbers right now for unemployment sign-ups? Like, they don't get into the intricacies of actually what's going on in the state. They just give their face value opinion based on what's going on and what they see around them. And many times I'm talking to somebody that's currently working at a grocery store, currently a nurse. I had somebody tell me, why don't I try to become a truck driver? It takes approximately about 7 weeks to become a truck driver. And I'm not interested in becoming a truck driver. And it's about $5,000. So if I got $5,000 to pay for a truck driver license, then I would have $5,000 to get myself into a new joint. Don't you think? That doesn't even make sense. That's what I said. Like, a lot of people will write things down just to spite you. You know what I'm saying? And spite me. A lot of people know that I'm half Latino, so that deters a lot of people too. They're like, oh, I ain't helping that. He black, but he ain't black like us, you know, and all that stupid stuff. Do you think that when the police stop me or bother with me, they be like, oh, no, you're cool, man. You're bilingual. Do you think blackball from the music? Do you think you are blackballed from the music biz? Yes and no. I think I'm blackballed from a certain group of the music business that I previously was attached to versus the new friends I found in the music business that actually don't care about them, which I was smart enough to find. See, I was smart enough to, y'all please hit those like buttons, and someone, can y'all please type in my Cash App, $STRINGERBELL 80, string a bell 80 on Cash App. Please like that up and hit that up, man. I appreciate y'all if y'all do, because y'all do mean something to me. I think the new people I was smart enough to meet 2 years ago in the music industry actually will help with my future in the music industry. And do I plan on staying in the music industry? Yes, I do. I got songs written right now, and I got a studio on my phone, and I want to do it. I don't have a space to record them in. Like, it has to be quiet. You understand what I'm saying? So if y'all didn't hear my live from early in the morning to late in the mid-afternoon, late afternoon, like right now it's dark. Right now I could go back. If you see, it's dark out here, and it's dark and cold, and I'm still rocking with y'all because I believe I got to work for my dime, you know. So I'm gonna rock out with y'all. So do I think I'm blackballed for the music industry? Nah, I don't think I'm blackballed for the music industry at all. I was smart enough to meet a lot of new people in the time that I was in New York. Y'all be surprised the people I was mixing with outside of Prez, you know. But there's a lot of people that I met in the music business that are bigger or in better positions than Puff, meaning that they might have equated the same equal amount of money as him, or they're just in better positions than him, that they don't have to adhere to anything that he might have to say or any suggestion he might have to say, put it that way. They actually probably wouldn't even be interested. You know what I'm saying? Because they have, as I've heard now, their own little gripes with him themselves, you know? There's that other one, NC, self-hate. Okay, so define that for me, NC, self-hate. Define that for me. Give me a definition of that. Matter of fact, I want you to go to Merriam-Webster's dictionary on Google and give me their definition. Because you haven't heard me say anything about I hate anybody. But since you want to be a troublemaker, like you, there's always one of you. You know, I want you to actually put in a definition in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. I'm talking to you, NC, and tell us what it says. And I guarantee there won't be any definition. I looked before. It's a made-up definition, made up of, and I think there is the word he's looking for when he says that is actually he's looking for people that have they're having a cultural meltdown, or they're conflicted about their cultural, you know, truths or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. It's boring. Solely because she want the D. Yo, Mr. I don't know if that was a guy or a girl, so I'm not sure. I pray for you, brother, that your blessings come in the bud. Thank you very much. Truth. Haters drink haterade, don't they, Yolanda? If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. It breeds you for competition. Have you lived in New York? If you ain't lived in New York and you ain't been there lately, trust me, brother. That today makes the second person. Speaking of New York, let me bring out a little news. Today makes the second person. There was a 40-year-old woman. I don't know what race she was, but she was pushed onto the train tracks. Now the assailant that did it and pushed her onto the train tracks in front of the subway. He was arrested. He was a Puerto Rican gentleman or maybe Dominican from the picture, and they arrested him. But this is the second time that a woman has been pushed on the train tracks in New York City within a month. The time before that, it was an argument ensued by some guy who was smoking a joint on the train tracks or something like that, and then it turned into a big hoopla, and the lady got knocked on the train tracks. So it happened again today. Today she was pushed onto the train tracks. So yeah, it's tough living in New York. I will tell you that definitely, you know what I'm saying, that once was true. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But to be quite honest with you, now the mantra should be, if you can make it here, why live here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have to be a fool to stay in New York right now. To be quite honest with you, there was an article, you guys can look this up. Most of New Yorkers are leaving and they're fleeing to right where I'm at, Connecticut. Because it's the next state over. That's why I try to tell you guys, this is New York City tri-state. So it's New Jersey, New York, then Connecticut. So we all go in between all of them. Y'all hit them like buttons too. Please, if you're just coming in, please hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. And could somebody put my Cash App, or you can find it in the description box, PayPal, Cash App, and GoFundMe. Please, if you can avoid it, don't donate to that GoFundMe thing, because I think I'm just going to totally just close that down, because it literally takes you a couple of days to get that money. If I really need that money, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to have to wait a couple of days or nothing like that. I don't know what might come up. So right now I have it transferred. I put the route number so it goes to my savings, not my debit. So I won't be able to touch it and spend it or nothing like that. And what you see by the numbers there, if you click it, I have not touched it, so I keep honest with that. I'm one of the honest people you can never think. But as far as answering my man's question about, do I think I'm blackballed in the industry? Absolutely no. Not by those people. Answer: do not feed them your attention. You should do the world news. You have a good speech etiquette. Thank you, Mr. I will, and hopefully did she survive? Yes, she survived, Queenie. She was pulled off the tracks actually, and they saved her. But yeah, that's the second person in a month. So that's why everybody says, yo, you should go back. I am not going back to New York. I can't stand Willie D live, but he speaks on good topics. Yeah, he does. I spoke on some stuff with Willie. Willie D actually did something today I saw, where he had actually did a clip, and he was doing his own, thing about what Jay Prince had to say about the whole debacle that's going on in Texas and everybody getting shot down there and everything. And I actually enjoyed his commentary. I think it set kind of where mine is. It's kind of funny because now a lot of rappers are starting to see the same thing that I was saying, and that's veteran rappers, people in the industry are saying the same thing. It's gotten too violent. It's like to the point, like Jay Prince said, that you almost have to expect the violence to come with it. It's a whole different model. I remember Big said, we're supposed to be having fun, Hit the like button. Yeah, please, guys, hit that like button. The creator has a spotlight on him. I know he does. Meant to ask you, do you know about Diddy book on andronatome? I don't know what that means, Cardigan. And you might have not spelled that right, but I don't know what that means. Andronatome. Is that something like esoteric or something like that? There's no new thing under the sun. Everybody is figured bottom. I don't know what that means either. You guys got androchrome? I don't know what that is. I've never even heard that term. Androchrome, can you explain to what? Adrenochrome? I don't know what that is. Mr. says, the Illuminati real, do you think? I'm not interested into the esoteric terms and everything like that, or, third world philosophies. I'm not really a spiritualism person as far as it comes beyond my own beliefs. I think spiritualism is a problem in Black culture and in Spanish culture based on the conquistadors, based on colonialists. They used to use Christianity to keep you in check. when you're doing your slave duties. You do know that. They used to make everybody gather around and say, this is why you got to believe in Jesus. Jesus gave me to y'all so y'all can work for me. I don't want to ask cues like that because it may get Davin problems. No, it's okay. Thank you. My Cash App is right there. So if y'all want me to answer a lot of these questions, like I said, just hit that Cash App, man. But I'm going to answer this one right here. Do I think the Illuminati is real? Yes, I do. Adam Weishaupt, which was a French man, back, I believe it was like maybe 15th, 16th century, something like that. Adam Weishaupt had been caught traveling with a letter that was from the Templars at the time, they were called. And in this letter was a group of plans about how they could come about with world domination. Now, if some of y'all are not familiar with Adam Weishaupt, I would implore you to look him up. You will find your answers there. So as far as that terminology of the Illuminati and what was proposed in that letter before that letter was intercepted by the French government, yeah. Do I know of clubs that you would consider secret societies? Yeah, they mostly fray in England. Now, I hope this gets me some cash apps. This is what I'm gonna tell y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all how many, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. There's a group of maybe 20 something different clubs. I ain't gonna tell you 20 exactly how many, but it's about 20 something clubs worldwide that are significant. It's actually more than that. It's hundreds of thousands, if not thousands, but there's 25 of significance in different houses, different what's the names. Do rappers particularly belong to them? Nah. To be quite honest with you, it's better to keep rappers in the dark about it. Do I think Jay-Z's involved? Nah. Do I think Diddy's involved? Nah. If I had to choose between Diddy and Jay-Z being involved, I'll probably teeter towards Jay-Z a little bit more because I don't think Puff is that intelligent enough. You know, a lot of people give Puff a lot of different more credit, and I'm going to end it with this as far as talking about it because I don't like talking about him too much. A lot of people give Puff credit for being so intelligent or whatever, but sometimes it's just luck. You know, sometimes it's just luck, and then sometimes it's just the team of people that you have working for you. I quote this quote that I always say all the time. 50 Cent said, I didn't go to Yale, but the guy that worked for me did. Let me see what else we got in here. Just look into, I'm not interested in esoteric stuff, like I told you. The ones from whom the message was intended have received the aforementioned message. Transmission is in real time. Question to them, where in the eternal now are you? For future work opportunities. I don't want to ask cues like that. I appreciate that, Queenie. To them, where in the eternal now are you? Yeah, I mean, like, you know, a lot of people get on here. I get what she's saying too. A lot of people get on here and act like they holier than thou, but they ain't even right with their own spirit. You know what I mean? And then they try to dictate to other people what they should or shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I turn this camera around right now, I'm actually somewhere. I ain't gonna say exactly where I'm at, but it's in the shopping district. And if I turn the camera around right now, y'all saw this parking lot? Like, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. So y'all know I ain't showing no Chuck. You see how empty this parking lot is? Yeah, take a look. That's a whole parking lot, and there's some more over there. And y'all see how many cars over here, right? And that's the traffic. At one time, this whole freaking parking lot, you couldn't even walk through here. And if y'all see way over there, there's actually a store over there. I'm gonna make sure y'all see that. There's a store right there, and that's the other end of the parking lot. And y'all see how dead that is? And they talking about business, right? Business. Ain't no business out here. It's dead. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've been here earlier than now, and it was still dead. And they don't even have to close until 9 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. I tell no lies, man. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So this is why this is my job, to get online, build with y'all, talk with y'all, and hope that I can get the little cash apps I need and everything like that to survive and get a little bit further and get the hell out of here. I want to be up out of here before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I know my Thanksgiving gonna suck, but I at least want to be out of here by Christmas. This is so I can enjoy myself one time. I don't care if I even just got an air mattress in there. It don't matter to me. I just want to get out of here. Christy, empty parking lot is scary. Mister, you better get out of here trying to make a love connection. I might want to talk to Christy O. How you know that? All right, Christy, I'm just playing with you, Mister. Um, yeah, man. I mean, like, that's the reality here. Not only in Connecticut, but in New York, it's the same thing. I told people before. You know, people don't leave in New York not because of COVID-19. People leave in New York because there's no business there, and there's no business in New Jersey either. New Jersey is a fact. You're ready to go back on lockdowns. We might be possibly going back on lockdowns here in Connecticut and a couple other states beyond here, Rhode Island and Boston. They all got their own plans in order, whatever. And most of their places look just like this, just like this. It's like this across the whole state. And what time is it right now? It ain't even 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock on the dot. 6 o'clock on the dot. Y'all asking me, oh, well, where's the business? I'm always able to talk. I know you all, Chrissy. What's going on? Y'all all right? If she want to talk to me, she can. But Chrissy, I'm single. You know, I just got to put that out there. Yeah, ladies, I am single. And honestly and truthfully, I could take down some vajay right now. It's been months. Oh God, what I would do to just lay up in the bed with a woman right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's serious. It's serious. Even the women, you know, one of the things that came along with the pandemic, women don't want to be up next to you no more like that. You know what I'm saying? You're like, uh-oh, ain't no bugs on the rest. Ain't no bugs on me. Ain't no bugs on me. It might be bugs on the rest of you mugs, but ain't no bugs on me. That's what a lot of women are nowadays. Yeah, it's early. It's 6 o'clock here. It's 11 p.m. Where you at? All right. It might be bugs on the rest of you mugs, but it ain't no bugs on me. And that's how a lot of women are feeling. You know, I know a lot of chicks got kids and stuff like that too. And that's another thing. I know, like, whoever I date, they got to be younger than me. Not significantly younger, but like they got to be, I don't mean younger than me. They got to be a young girl though. Like, not young girl, but like, I think my dating range is like now like 27 through 34. You know what I'm saying? 27 through 34. You know what I mean? I know who you are. UK in the check-in. Yeah. You know, out here, I don't know none of these women out here. You know, that's the funny thing. I don't. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like in the Bronx, it's a lot different. Cause like, we all just naturally just don't talk to each other unless we know each other. You know what I mean? Out here, it's a little bit more friendlier, I would say, than the BX or Pelham anyway. But it's like, at the same time, it's isolated out here. You know, and people like really have these weird personalities out here that it's like, you know, at one token, they don't like people from out of state, but at the same token, they grovel for out of state money. You know what I'm saying? And so, say if you were out of town or whatever the case may be or whatever, you know, which I don't fit into that category no more out here because I've been out here so long. Like I lived here for 19 something years. You know what I mean? So I don't get that fall in so much as other people that come here, whatever, but they'll always say something. But at the same time, they are almost, how can I say, dependent on these people's money. I just show y'all this parking lot. So most of the people, like I'll say for myself and I say for a lot of other people that come out here from NY, they ought to be glad that we are out here and spending our money in the economy. Because I'm going to take y'all, like I don't know if y'all seen that other video I put up, but pretty much this whole place looks like that all the time. It's desolate, it's quiet, you know what I mean? There's nobody out really because of COVID, of course. But here, this place is affected even more because it's such a small place. So I don't know. I guess the end results that you would see in like New York City or you would see in Jersey or whatever about equate to the same that you would see here. You know, as far as the women, most of the women here got kids. You know what I'm saying? Already from the jump. So, you know, you got to then deal with, I don't like dealing with babies' fathers. I don't like dealing with all the family members that might be in question because now this kid is 7 or 8, so that's their little precious or whatever. And not all people are like that, but just my preference, I really don't like dealing with girls with kids. I like dealing with girls that don't have kids. I like to get up and go. And, you know, say I wake up tomorrow and I say, yo, you know what? Let's go to Florida. I want to stay there now, you know. Yeah, I do need a female. Yeah, I like them young. I like them young. I don't want no I got a lot of female platonic friends. I don't need a platonic friend. I need a chick I can lay up in the bed with butt naked for a couple of nights and tell me, Daddy, it's gonna be all right. You ain't got no kids, Christy. We need to holler then. You in my age demographic. Send me an email with your information on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at you. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. So yeah, the dating ratio out here is slim to none. I mean, in New York, at least I could say you could walk down Pelham, you could go into Harlem, you could go into Queens, and there's nice looking girls everywhere. Even right now, doing COVID-19. Queenie said the love connection, LaJohn. You guys are crazy. But yeah, man, I mean, it's a reality. So yeah, do I get bored out here? I get extremely bored out here. Like I said, I'll give you guys a look at this parking lot one more time so you can see exactly what I'm saying. And y'all will see why they shouldn't be mad about New Yorkers' businesses coming out here nowhere. You should welcome it. You see this? It's completely empty. Now, when I used to live out here, this parking lot used to be full all the time. Yeah, I see your eye emojis. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the state of business out here. And I want to say New York is bad too, but it ain't as bad as out here. I mean, like after about like 7 o'clock in the evening, ain't nobody outside. You know what I mean? It's like crickets. Miss Tip Mary. What you mean she ain't getting mad? Miss Tip Mary. Yo, your new name is Daddy Mac. No, don't call me no Daddy Mac. I ain't no Daddy Mac. I would like a girlfriend though. I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, most of the girls out here, they got kids. I mean, like, it ain't nothing wrong with having kids. It's just like, I just don't mess with girls with kids. You know what I'm saying? My ex didn't have kids. The girls I have messed with before, they had kids. It just don't work out for me. You know what I mean? I just, like, I got that love in my heart, but like, I just don't want to. Yeah, it's very complicated. You know what I mean? It's very complicated. It's very complicated to try to deal with someone that has kids and then like try to be like, I don't know, and then if the things don't work out, now the kid is mad because you gone and all that. You know, I've been through that. Yeah, Mr. Mister said the same thing. I love a woman with no kids. You come back will be your testimony. Yo, and I'm not, and like I said, keep it real, almost all the females on this chat won't. I wish they did. I mean, like, you know, I wish they did. But I don't know. This ain't the case. I don't see that. I had two females contact me, and one of them was cool as hell. The other one was 50-50, you know, and I kind of ended it at that. I ain't even, you know, go into no more. You know what I'm saying? I just left it at that. Miss Tip, my girl, man. Miss Tip, the moderator. So Miss Tip, you see him saying something crazy, take him out of there like you did NC. That cornball. But yeah, man. I mean, it's a different vibe out here. This ain't the Bronx. This ain't Harlem. You know, but it's cool though for the meantime. You know, for the meantime. But this is definitely not a place I would stay and like settle roots and everything. I wouldn't even do that in New York, to be honest with you. But out here, like if you already got kids or you already got like a little family and everything like that, I can see why you would stay here. But other than that, or during COVID, I can see why you would stay here. But other than that, nah. I mean, it's dead here. There's nothing socially interactive here, you know. But if you got a family or whatever, and you know, this type of salary that we provide out here works for you, then hey. But I mean, like our minimum wage in New York is $15 as of January 1st this year, which ain't shit. But you know what I mean? Like if you had two jobs, it's $30 an hour. If you, most of the jobs that we have start out at like 20, 25 anyway. But that's just at the minimum, $15 an hour. Truth, motherhood is not for everyone. Yeah, I mean, like it's a fact. Christy O is special. Christy O is special. Christy, you got kids? Oh, no, that's right. You say you 31 with no kids. That's a rarity for out here. Like out here, most of the girls, they'll be like 20. It don't matter what color they are, either black, white, Spanish, whatever. Most of the girls out here that have a kid by, I'm gonna say at the gradual age, probably like 20, 21. They got at least a 2-year-old or 1-year-old or whatever out here. You know what I'm saying? From what I've seen from my perspective. And then the ones that don't have no kids, and some of the most cantankerous, this nasty wannabe. There's a lot of wannabes out here. You know what I mean? Like you either get them like want to be decadent, want to be popular, want to be tough guys, whatever. I think it was like last week, y'all saw me on live or whatever. I told this dude, I said, I'll crush your whole skull. And and son, I'm not talking about with my fists. Like, they really go off of, let me put it this way. If you was in a BX, and I'm not using this comparison, but you got to watch who you talk to and who you talking to. You might be talking to somebody's grandmother, you might be talking to somebody's aunt, you might be talking to whoever. You understand what I'm saying? And them motherfuckers got like 30 people on the block right now. So the only thing it takes is grandma walking up the block and saying somebody bothered me, no matter who grandmother it is. And if they ain't up the block, you might have somebody that know their grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? It might take insight. So now you got like 30 dudes coming down the block ready to bang you up. You understand? Out here, they don't think like that. You understand what I'm saying? Out here, they kind of think like, oh, I can say whatever I want to, and then I go hide behind the police. They real cop callers out here, you know? And as I showed you, I use the camera as my weapon when that do happen. I'm not going to argue with you or nothing like that, because I got two results. I can either film you or I need to give you what you know what I mean? And I don't want to give you that, because then I'm going to jail. You understand what I'm saying? So I messed up my whole life because I had to fuck around and pop you for nothing. And that's what they don't get, son. I live in a BX. You understand what I'm saying? I never leave home without it. You understand? So it's the same mentality out here, if that answers your question. My children are, damn, Sherry said my children are 30 and 20 years old. Jesus Christ. Probably a lot in common. Truth, I am an alpha female, uncumbered and happy. I don't know what that means. You got to explain that to me, Yolanda. Got to go to Atlanta. There's a lot of single women because there's a lot of dudes in the jizzle. Now, let me tell you about my experience in Atlanta. Perfect thing to end off with. So I was down in Atlanta with these guys for Bad Boy, the BET Hip Hop Awards, the BET Music Awards are in LA. I went to Compound. I went to Esso. I don't know if Esso was still there. We went to Gladys Knight's restaurant. And of course, the Dome, which is right across the street, basically, from there, and the CNN building. So, I mean, I had a good time or whatever. I ain't gonna front. But the women in Atlanta, oh man, it's about 4 different types of women in Atlanta. So you got a European fraction of women from Atlanta. Then you got actual Georgians that are from Atlanta or surrounding areas, DeKalb, Dunwoody, whatever. Then I'm gonna put some pictures up in the community section too, so y'all can see. I've been down there like 3-4 times. Then there's all work, so I never really got to do my personals, like every time we was working. So, we get like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours in between, talk to people, whatever. But for the most part, our experience is basically what they had provide down there. Atlanta, the women in Atlanta, it's a 50-50. A lot of women in Atlanta are very shiesty, for one. And a lot of women in Atlanta will set you up. A lot of women in Atlanta carry STDs. They carry STDs a lot of reasons, just like this other one just said, because there's a lot of homosexual activity on both fronts, men and females down there in Atlanta. Atlanta seems to be the place where everybody gets open, and if you're not familiar with it, Atlanta, last I checked, where the CDC is located at, has one of the biggest STD rates in the whole entire country right now. So that's crazy. Thank you very much. Hey, Divalicious, what's going on? I'm pretty focused on Premiere. I'm a producer for Live Wizard Games. Yeah, Christy, you definitely have to talk to me. And Christy, I always hear that one too. I'm pretty focused on my career, and I ain't mad at you, but I hear that one a lot. I'm pretty focused on my career. Now you actually have a career, but like, don't tell me that you're focused on your career and basically you work at McDonald's. You understand what I'm saying? That don't make sense, because I had a career for 16 years. I know what it is to sit in the cubicle, and I know what it is to sit in the desk. So don't tell me that BS, you know what I'm saying? But I respect that, though. She's actually at a video game development company, I'm assuming. Okay, Cat Daddy, these ladies gonna have to go live with you so you can see. All facts, LaDon. I gotta see some people first, Davin, uncumbered, not restricted by children. Yolanda, I don't know how old you are. I can't really comment, because I don't know how old you are, and I don't know whether or not you have kids or not. Thank you again, Divalicious. Yes, y'all. Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. Y'all can go in the description blocks. Like I said, please stay away from GoFundMe if you can, because I ain't trying to mess with it. It's a lot of setbacks with that I didn't know until I got that email today. So I got my stuff hooked up to it. When it cashes out, it's going to go directly to my savings, so that's a good thing. I still take a man though. See, she said I still take a man though. That's good. That's good, Christy. I'm good to hear it. Christy, make sure you contact me for real. Listen up, homeboy. Give this a thought. Next time someone teaching you, why don't you get taught? Run DMC. There you go. It's all facts. It's all facts. Now, I just hate when chicks be like, yo, I'm sitting on my career, and your career is like normal. You know what I mean? Like a video game developer, that's something to brag about. Christy, I'm into video games too. We ought to sit down and talk about that too. But yeah, so help me God. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to light this little clip, and then I'm getting up off of here. So help me God, I definitely need a girl. I definitely need a girl. I'm even keeping it more of a buck with y'all. I need some for Jay. So bad. You got a lot of females on here, 35 and over, with kids support you, David. I'm not making fun of nobody. See, it's not that crap. I'm not making fun of nobody. Listen, nobody is told, and y'all hit the thumb up button. Nobody has told anybody. Listen, that's what I say. Y'all got to stop taking things so personal. I didn't say that women with kids is less. My mother was a single mother for a minute when she got away from my father, all right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is single women with kids don't work for me. Me. I'm not saying that you worse or you bad or whatever. I don't, like, if we break up and I develop a relationship with your children, it's unfair to your children. And I've had that situation happen, and it broke my heart that I had to leave away from I had two, let me tell you, I had this girl I was dating, right? This is before my ex, and she had kids. She had 2 kids to be exact. I used to go to the grocery store for her kids. I cooked for her kids. I used to change him when she had to leave early in the morning for work so he could get ready for school, everything. I did all that. And in the end, when she got tired of me, she just got tired of me. And she got rid of me. And she got rid of me because I was always traveling. I was always running with the bad boy cat. So she was like, well, you like them more than you like me. And it became a real selfish thing. So I was like, you know what? I got you. And I got the heck out the way. It made the kid sound like, it made him feel like he wasn't, I don't know. He wasn't nothing how I just left. I didn't even say bye to the child because I felt like it was unfair, you know? Yeah, Queen, I said I need some for Jay. I'm taking it personal. Stop it, Tina. I know, I'm not on that. I just said I prefer, plus a lot of women that have kids already, they don't want to have no more kids. Can any woman attest to that in here? They've already had their tubes tied. The kid is like 12, 13 years old, so they tired of going through, hey, mom, I need this. Hey, mom, I need that. You know what I mean? And then, like, the thing is, I don't have no kids. So it's like whoever I get with and fall in love with, I'm going to want to have some kids with them. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is. Other than that, nah, I ain't got nothing on y'all. Ladies, if you got kids, you raise your kids right and they ain't no suckers, I commend you. I celebrate you. I appreciate you. I really do. Y'all hit that like button. I know Tina Maria Sugar Mama out here with that cougar. You out here with that cougar. Talk about these cougars and these panthers real quick. I ain't got no problems with no cougars, and I ain't got no problems with no panthers. I take a cougar and a panther down now, all right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'll take a cougar and a panther down in a minute. I'll smack that, but preferably at the end of the day, I mean, it sets with this. If I want to have some kids or something, I can't have it with a cougar. Most cougars and panthers, they already got grandkids and stuff. Hell, a lot of girls is 32, 33 as grandmothers right now. Talking about, Grandma Tamika ain't having no more kids. True. I hear you. I forget you, Latina. I'm really old-fashioned. I want to be the one that gives my husband our first kids. See, I like that. I like, Christy, you need to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Where you at? What city you in? I just want to know. Okay, Poppy. I love being called Poppy, for real. Listen, rub me, lay on my chest, caress my face. I love when women touch me. I love that shit. Like, a woman grab you by the face and be like, yo, Poppy, it's going to be all right. Or, hey, Daddy, it's going to be all right. Black or Latina. I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Black and Latina women and Italian women just know how to be sensual. Like, I don't know, like the right ones know how to be sensual, unlike any other women. Oh, you in DC? All right, so check this out, Christy. You know what? You ain't gonna believe this, but I was born in Roanoke, Virginia, right down the street. My cousins and them still live in DC. You know what I'm saying? My aunt used to live in Capitol Heights, Maryland. I have another one in Andover, Maryland, Lynchburg, Virginia, and it's another one, Salem, Virginia. You know what I mean? But yeah. I was born down there. It says it on my birth certificate, Roanoke, Virginia. My mother and all of them, they from NY and Philly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I was born in Roanoke, Virginia. All facts. Roanoke. I was born at Roanoke Memorial Hospital, downtown Roanoke, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Action at the Space Damn Dance with the one that brung you. Oh yeah, it's all the DMV, but that's why I was born at. All facts. You know, I get this accent because I've been in the Northeast since I was a young kid. I ended up coming up here for a set of situations and everything that happened with my mother, and I ended up being, you know what I'm saying, being here. Tim Marie said, better be careful. Yo, Dad, you might have to take a trip, bro. I might, man. I'm just, I had a little female friend that was contacting me or whatever, and she just like, I don't know. She's a nice girl. She's an Italian girl, whatever. I ain't gonna put too much on out there about her. Thank you very much. And yeah, guys, if y'all can't hit up that Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. It's right there in the description box. Y'all hit that up, man. I appreciate it, man. I see a couple of y'all did, and I'm gonna make sure to shout y'all out before I get off of here. The one friend that I had that I was talking to, she got her own stuff going on. I'm gonna put it that way without putting it, because she's a very nice person when I'm talking to her. But I can see, like, for example, I would be like, yo, give me a call, whatever, and I never hear back from the person when they tell me they're gonna call me. So that's a red flag to me, because if you care about me and you care about anything that's going on with me, then you will call me. I don't care if I'm in a good situation, bad situation, and that's the way it should go both ways. And speaking of relationships and everything like that, if you guys hit the community section of my page here, the only thing you have to do is hit my name or hit my icon and just swipe over to the right. You're gonna see a section that's called community. You will see 3 videos or maybe 4 in there from a girl named Danica Marie. That's my homegirl right there. I don't know her personally, but she has a husband. She's married, black sister with curl dreads in her hair. Very informative. She talks like loosely like I do to the people. So it's a little hood, a little articulate, But she has 4 videos specifically for the men as far as like what type of women you should be dating. And I've heard this from numerous others. If somebody's not reciprocating the same energy back to you, then that means they really don't mess with you like that. You know what I mean? Thank you very much, Queenie. Yeah, I don't think nobody does either. Tina Marie, come on, Mom, stop hating. No, Tina Marie, cool. I told you better be careful who you holler at on this chat. Ain't even hollering at nobody. We just having fun on here. That's all. But that's the way I work. If you show interest in me, like, I think most men work like that. Like, if you show interest in me and you show that, listen, y'all, I'm gonna go inside because it's getting cold out here. So y'all stay with me. I'm gonna stay with y'all a little bit longer, all right, than I was. If you show interest in me, I'm gonna show that interest back. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I'm gonna put my all into it. I was with my ex for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna put this phone down so I can put this mask on. I was with my ex for 7 years, and I loved my ex. I really did. In many ways, I think I still do love her. But right now, I'm by myself. So it's like, whatever situation I get in with a female, if I choose to do that, and right now might not even be the best time to do that, but it's how I'm feeling. And sometimes things have a weird way of working themselves that way. But to be quite honest with you guys, if I was with a female right now, I'm gonna go like inside, y'all. It's cold out here. If I was with a female right now, I'm gonna love her to the end of this day, But unfortunately, I hear that same rhetoric that was just punched us a minute ago. I'm into my career, I'm into this, I'm into that, whatever. And it resonates with a lot of people, a lot of females specifically. And they do choose that over other things. And that's okay. The other thing I usually fall into in the line of a lot of times is that, so I'm trying to find somewhere to sit at here, guys. The other thing that I also fall into a lot of times is, like I said, a lot of girls already have kids and stuff like that or whatever, so they're not interested in having any more kids. They're not interested in doing any of those things, you know. So this is what it is. I sense something. I'm not taking it back. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I sense something. I'm not taking it back. Let me see something. I can barely read. I barely can read. Queen, you stupid. I sense something. I'm not taking it back. Check her man phone. I can tell. You stupid. True side. The giraffe. It's okay to see you in good spirits. Mister. Is she a student, grad school, or law school? Stop scaring at me like that, bitch. Not y'all. If she's a, what does it say? If she's a student, grad school, or law school, that can count. Yeah, that could count. I can get what you're saying with that. But at the same time, most of these chicks aren't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying there. That makes sense. But do I think that's all right? That's a spot right there. Do I think that's okay? Let me give you an example. Well, my ex, right? She really wanted to go to school, and I used to do my best to encourage her to go to school. I'm gonna sit right here, guys, so I can sit down and talk to you. I used to encourage her to go to school. In fact, I supported her fully to go to school, and she didn't do it until she was broken up with me, which is weird. But you know, that's how some women work. Serena relieved me and my suit alone. It's the only way, right? Shoot, I got my sport jackets in my storage, so that's one thing. Y'all guys gotta realize that too. A lot of my clothes and stuff are from like last year before. So I have a lot of clothes that I have in my store. I have a storage room, so I have a whole bunch of stuff in there. So my stuff is not new. Right now I need some jeans. That's what I need. My messages are about someone in here, like a journalist or something like that. I wish I was a journalist. I mean, there's nowhere really that will hire anybody like that right now. I mean, like right now is a messed up period in time, you know? Let me show you guys something. This is what it looks like in here. So if you guys think that there's so much business going on, I'm just gonna give you a quick little look real quick. But as you can see, it is like dead. You guys see this? It's like a morgue in here, like literally. And most of Connecticut is like this right now. So as you can see, and I'll even walk you over here. There's nobody over here. Like, you see what I mean? It's dead. So that's pretty much the setup right now in Connecticut. It's terrible. I wish it wasn't like that, but unfortunately it is. So with that being said, it's like, I don't know, dude. You can hope that Connecticut's economy gets better, but it's not. Jersey, Connecticut, New York. The economy's not only not going to get better, they're going to get worse, especially on this COVID thing. So you guys get a whiff of what's going on, you know? I mean, watching this live. Hey, what's going on, K. Cole? I wish the NYPD would. Oh, Sherry's donated to me before. Hey, Sherry. Sherry's cool as hell. Yeah, Sherry does work for the NYPD. You know what I mean? And shout out to the good NYPD police officers, because some of them are. They're actually very good people, some of them. You know what I'm saying? There's some of them are jerks. You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. But Sherry's not one of those jerks. Sherry's actually a nice person. I've actually met other cops that were black, white, polka dot, whatever. They were actually cool cops in New York City. You know what I mean? So I'll never sit there and say that. All cops are not jerks. They really aren't. I've had situations where, to be quite honest, I say this about Sherry's on here, where we should have been in fray or we should have been in fault, and they're like, all right, just get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I've had that happen a couple times in Harlem, in Brooklyn, and the Bronx. So it happens. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I was just laughing at it. Look how this guy's walking. It is like so funny. Anyway, I definitely want a girlfriend. I want to get back to that. I think we all should. Yeah, Sherry, definitely. Let me tell you this. Most of the people that honestly and truthfully and fulfillingly sit there and they say, hey, well, it's like Scary Movie in here. I just saw that you wrote that. I'm sorry. You just gave me a brain fart when you said that. It's like a scary movie. And yeah. So that's why I'm telling people, I'm like, where's all the business? Where's all this business you're talking about? I can even go into these stores individually, and individually there'll be one or two people here, there, whatever, whatever. But for the most part, there's nobody in here. This place is dead, 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 dead. You know what I mean? And it's not just here. Most of the business around here is like that. And it's only what 6:30. 6:30. I want to take a look here real quick and see, because I like shouting out everybody that donate to me. Sharnette Dickerson, thank you for the $8. Elizabeth, thank you for the $5. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all, man. I really do. That's all $15 there. But guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta get out of here. But I just want y'all to look one more time so y'all know what I'm talking about. And I say this place is dead. Oh, now it's even worse. There's definitely not nobody here. So it's done. And like I said, it's only 6 something. So if you can get a handle on that, you'll see. I'm not moving to Ohio. Ohio is just as worse. But as you can see, there's absolutely no traffic whatsoever. The whole top floor is empty. You know? And then if you go down here to the bottom, you'll kind of see the same. It's dead. That's one person right there. But if I went to all 3 of them, yeah, I'll water run. But unfortunately enough, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's how this place looks. This is one of the major places out here, and it's damn near closed. I mean, it's teetering on. So guys, I want to tell everybody thank you. Shout out to my homegirl, Christy O from DC. Shout out to my other homegirl that don't call me. When you come back on, my ship video. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sherry. I can use it. I need some jeans and I need to buy some clothes and stuff like that. My Black Bigot channel, he found, what did he say? Check out my Black Bigot channel. He found love on YouTube. You stupid. I'm not a black bigot, but that's funny. Who else is strict? Yeah, thank you again, Annette Foster. I know none of y'all, or some of y'all might want to, but if you can, it's $STRINGERBELL80. Dude, honestly and truthfully, I just want to get some jeans and stuff. I would love to grab that while I'm here, because I don't want to come back out here if I don't have to. But I want to get some jeans and stuff. I definitely need some victuals and stuff. We really don't have that much to eat there, which sucks. And the rest is definitely going towards what it's been going towards, to getting the hell up out of there. So, Black Bigot is a YouTuber? Get the hell out of here. That's hilarious. And somebody else asked me, they said, it's good to see you in good spirits. I always stay in good spirits, because something good gonna happen for me regardless. Y'all make sure y'all hit those like buttons too if you haven't already. Hit those like buttons for me right now, please. I appreciate it. K. Cole, what's going on? I couldn't believe it was a Black Bigot. I want to say the person that I'm talking about, my Italian friend in upstate New York. If you watching this, you should give me a call, give me a holler at me, you know. But I don't hear from you. I look at it like, oh well, shit, you know. And I don't blame you. You said what you said from the beginning. You said, hey, I'm not looking for anything. I'm all about me. There's some things I need to get, you know. So I get that, and I'm not gonna put too much out there other than that. Black Bigot lives in his car, and he calls himself Black Bigot. Huh, that's weird. Now, I don't want to check out his channel. He sounds kind of negative. I don't need no negative people. I try to stay away from negative folks, because they just, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm by myself all the time. I just, you know, even if I get around some positive people that say they positive, it's always some negative connotation that comes out of it. Either, you know, I live in this one thing where a lot of people get jealous of me. I live in this other thing where a lot of people just don't like me for whatever reason, because of the way I talk, where I look, or my past experience at work. It becomes difficult. And then I try my best to hide the fact that I used to be in the music business, but somehow or another it always gets out. So, what are you going to do, right? All right, guys, I'm going to hop off of here. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't. And also, the links are in the description. So if you can, who said I was negative? That's a blessing. Keep your spirits up. He's not negative? Okay, well, I'll check him out, man. If he's not negative or whatever, that's cool. But I don't know, Black Bigot, that name just threw me off when you said it. You two would be dope together. Maybe so. I'll check him out. Black Bigot. All right. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list and check him out. If anybody just go through there, I'll give him a like or something like that. You know what I mean? Thank you, Divalicious. Y'all make sure y'all check out Divalicious Hair Extensions. That's spelled with an X. TENSIONSLLC here on YouTube. And guys, another thing too, if you got a little business going on or whatever, I like to share the love because people share the love with me. If you got a little business going on, something like that, let me know. We'll try to get through the channel here, whatever. I'm gonna try to find some way to do invites because I have so many different subscribers, and the thing is, it's like 6,000 subscribers, and I literally can't invite any of them. And I wish there was some way on YouTube you can do that. You know, like when you go Facebook Live, you can invite your friends. When you go to Instagram, you can't. They're both owned by the same people, so it makes no sense to me. But I wish there was a way that you could actually invite people to your your live. It would be so much simpler, but evidently there isn't. And then right now, for some reason or another, that's why you heard me just roll back on the cursing, because YouTube has like put me in this pocket now. That's why I need you guys to hit those like buttons. So if you haven't hit that like button now, please. YouTube will take you out of the algorithm if you don't get a lot of likes. They'll take you out of the algorithm if you curse. They'll take you out of the algorithm for a lot of reasons, you know? So it is what it is. No problem, Diva. So, you know, it sucks sometimes, but it is what it is. All right, guys. Once again, links are in the description. Make sure you guys hit that up. I appreciate all you guys as always tuning in. And I'll be back with you tomorrow. I'm going to put up some more uploads tonight or whatever. And once again, like I told you guys, $STRINGERBELL 80. That is Stringerbell 80. The links are in the description. You also get a $10 perk if you sign up and link your routing number to Cash App right now. You will get a $10 perk and get that back. So even if you donated me $10, you're going to get it right back. You know what I mean? And quickly. And also, I'm going to fall back from using the GoFundMe because I specifically believe, how you doing, brother? I specifically believe, now, this is the funny thing. Let me show you something. That brother just walked past me with two white people. I said, how you doing, brother? He couldn't speak to me. And actually, he just looked past me because he was with his white friends. You got to love Connecticut. There's a lot of coon in here. Guys, make sure you hit those links in the description. I will be back with you tomorrow, maybe possibly tonight. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't share anything, share my Cash App, please. And tell them, there's a brother out there that needs your help, and that brother looks just like you, and that's me. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you all for showing up as always, and I do appreciate you. Later, guys.